am I not unique? Maybe I'm not here at all. Get up, get up, get up, yeah. Raise your voice and move on, yeah. I don't know the words to this one. Why does nobody want change? All right. And I can see chat for once. Gotta go, that won't change. Let me pick a non-verbal song from the Persona. Oh, this is the same one, it's just non-verbal. If I fell and broke a bone, which one would I pick to least inconvenience me? Toe. Like, just one of them. Favorite Jello flavor, green and orange. Have I played either of the Fire Emblem games I like since we streamed them? No. Plans on playing or streaming Psychonauts 2. I wanted to do it with Vixen and Gianni, but I don't know when they'll be available. Which Persona game has the best cast? I'm only familiar with 4 and 5, and neither of them have good casts, so... Why do you always sound so sick of chat when you read them? This is what I sound like when my voice... I had this chronic thing where the back of my tongue, random parts of it will, like, swell. I don't know what causes this. Nothing makes it go away. I've had it since I was a kid. So I'm in pain all of the time, forever. Oops, this is the wrong way. What future epithet arc or character are you most excited to get to? 2 books from now. Horizontal Pilot Command. Ooh.
It's Piff.
Hi, Piff. How do I keep going this way?
I heard you having mouth problems and started to say, man, I should help out with that. And so I did, and here I am.
Thanks, Piff.
Hi, Chad.
What is my greatest fear? Oh, that Piff would find out about my secret mouth problems. Man, I took this voice acting class, all skill levels, with Sunny Straight, the guy who voices Krillin and Usopp. Wouldn't recommend taking an all skill levels class for acting. It's not a good use of your money. But, so we had to do this exercise that was like, act out your most horrible fear to like tap into your own emotions, you know, very like basic acting stuff. And a lot of people had very like corporeal fears of like losing a loved one, or that everyone doesn't like me secretly, or sometimes even more like I'm afraid of dogs or whatever. And my answer, and this is like halfway through Trump's presidency, I was like, I'm really afraid of media affecting people and lying to them at a mass scale for the benefit of the wealthy and the detriment of the everyman. And it was like, come up on the fly with a 2-minute skit to represent that. I was like, I don't know if that one fits the format, gang.
Flipping through channels. Oh. Oh no.
Who's my favorite Pokemon? Ampharos. I was gonna say I also like Armaldo. Go ahead.
Piff, what's your greatest fear? I saw in chat. To give Jello a mouth break. So I have two that immediately goes to mind. I'm afraid of heights in real life. No, like, thing on television or playing a video game really, like, triggers that. And, needles. For a very, very long time, like, I didn't really have a way to cope with getting a shot. Now I do. It's a weird thing where I, like, pinch myself. And that seemed to work pretty well.
Sorry, I was messaging somebody. I aspire to be a great writer like you. Any key stuff I should keep in mind while writing stuff? I don't think your story, you need to have a theme in mind when you start writing. I think you should have your major bullet points, though. Especially if it's like a singular story, you gotta know where it's gonna end. Or at least, like, you need to start with an idea of where it's going to end, and then before releasing it, like at some point once you figure it out, you need to go back and be like, okay, now I know where it's going to end. Let your characters lead the writing. Don't think, here's where I need to, please stop playing all of the vocal themes. Okay. Whenever you've got characters, let them lead the story. Don't do what I call bullet point writing, which is when you can tell a writer just went, this is the part where this needs to happen, but they don't build up to it in any way. That sucks, and it's obvious, and it's really terrible. It's also bad if you're like, well, in my initial draft, I needed these two characters to fight here, but like, you know, your characters have changed since that draft. But it's like, well, they still gotta fight here, because if they don't fight, then the next 3 bullet points can't happen. At that point, you either need to decide, I need to make those 3 bullet points happen some other way without this fight, or I need to, like, reassess my priorities here. How was my day?
Some good tips.
It was okay. Lesser known musical that's among your favorites, but you'd recommend people to check it out. I'm not a musical hipster. I don't think I know any musicals that anyone who likes musicals wouldn't have already heard of. Like, I'm a basic bitch. I like Hades Town and Heathers. And that's it. Those are the only 2 good musicals. Most people don't know Zombie Prom. That one's okay. I wouldn't call it like you shouldn't go out of your way to see it, but it's like a silly goose. Why is there Persona 5 boss music for the fish? The very powerful fish. How have I been able to get so far in Toontown in such a short amount of time? I have been playing so much Toontown. This is why when all my friends got into FF14, I was like, I can't play a good MMO. If I play a good MMO, I'm fucked. I'll play a bad MMO, like the original Toontown, and play it like every day for 5 hours. Favorite crab? I don't know if I have one. Piff?
Oh, geez. I don't think there's one in real life that's, like, exactly like this. There's, like, usual, like, video game ones that have, like, a really small claw and a really small body, but a very large singular claw. There is something like that in real life, It usually is just like one small, one large, and then like the body is usually also very large to compensate for the large arm.
Yeah, isn't it like a fiddler crab or something?
Probably.
My favorite crab? The crabs from Wind Waker. They're little guys.
A fiddler crab is right now.
Am I going to put any more epithet VODs up? Are there any? Did you play Club Penguin? If so, any good Club Penguin memories? Yes, I played Club Penguin. Not really any good memories of the game. Yeah?
Sorry, I was just the embracing it was like, I have played it, no good memories.
I mean, it wasn't a good game. Like, neither was OG Toontown. My sister and I played it a lot. She made a magazine called The Penguin Weekly that was like a zine she'd pass around to her friends. We both contributed. That's where we learned a lot of our creative skills. Have I played A Short Hike? No. What are my thoughts on goat cheese? I haven't had very much ghost cheese. What is my favorite question? Not that one.
Okay.
What happens if you explode? What happens if anyone explodes? Who's the best character in the Persona 4 and Persona 5 cast individually? Persona 5 I'll have to think about. Persona 4, it's Kanji. Let me think.
I haven't played any of the Personas.
That's good. Persona 5... No, Persona 5R has some psychotic level 100% completionism. So like I wanna keep you away from that series for your safety. It was like beat the game like 30 times and it's like this is a 100-hour game, bro. Best character in Persona 5. Again, don't get me wrong, there's not a lot of options. Best part, like, most likable party member is probably Yusuke. He's weird, and I like him. Best character? Honestly, I think the best written character in P5 is fucking Mishima. And he sucks, but like, I think he's got an arc, and I think his arc makes sense. And having like a weird 4chan social media guy managing the Phantom Thieves fan site is honestly one of the more interesting and realistic decisions they made creatively. Favorite D&D class? Bard. I like ambiently helping. I am a little guy.
I think I would also agree. Ambient help is pretty good.
What about Smexy Therapist, man? You know what? I do like that character. What is my favorite small creature? Me. Opinions on Dragonite? I don't like it very much. I just don't like it. Its evolutionary line is like strange. Favorite anime in recent history. I had one. I feel like I just watched one that I liked. Who can say what it was?
Mine, because I don't really have like a taste to be like, ah, this is good or oh, this is bad. I've really liked Spy X Family. Though I have to say, I wish that it didn't have like towards I mean, luckily the voice actor like really carried that character. But like, yeah, the brother's very problematic. I cannot talk today. Just filler episodes like towards the second season that were just kind of like not that interesting.
Sorry, gotta do some math. Okay.
The English VA specifically.
You've mentioned Skies of Arcadia in past streams. Is it a good game? By modern standards, no. What's my favorite hyper-specific fictional relationship, i.e. detective and gentleman thief? Affable villain and bodyguard. Love the song, don't want vocals. Don't want vocals right now. Bro, give me the calm Persona songs. There we go. This is a vocal song! Okay, I'll take it. I lied, I hate the Mementos theme. There we go. Have I ever played any Yakuza games? No, those are Piff's department.
Yeah. I like them lots. If you want recommendations, I can give them. It's 0. That's all I have to say without getting into something too long-winded.
Oh man. I don't know, bro.
Have I played any of the Shenmue games? I tried playing the first one, and I haven't really tried to get back into playing the first one. I do love the phrasing on that. I'm currently playing Yakuza 3 and working my way through that. Which, yeah, that is 3. 3 has a really good, like, you get to see good old main boy be a dad. It's real positive to it. The game is very annoying.
Hey Jello, would you want to watch the third Sonic movie when it comes out? I didn't want to watch the first one. Every time I hear about like a big franchise movie like that, everyone gets like super excited and then they go watch it and they're like, yeah, it was like pretty good. And then like 2 months later they're like, I mean, it was fine, I guess. It was what you'd expect. So I just don't see it in the first place because, I don't know. I want more than that. I want more than this provincial life.
saw one earlier. Do you like Persona 7, aka Like a Dragon, Piv? I do.
Persona 7, huh?
No. I think the main character and plot really carries it. I feel like there's a lot of good, like, visual flair to the game. I think its weird RPG jank is definitely, like, my type of game. I still like 0 more, not because I think 7 is bad, because 0 is that good. Did I say Persona? I meant Yakuza.
Who's my favorite Looney Tune character? Daffy Duck.
It's pretty good.
Jello, when will you buy a 3rd monitor? It's next to me, it's just not plugged into anything. I was trying to set up my new tower, but it's busted, so I need to get some guy to come and look at it. And I don't want to like fully set anything up yet, because I got shit going on.
Jello, what's your favorite kind of rock?
Someone already asked that.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Flair, you were there when I answered that before. What's my favorite order of fast food? I usually get a chicken sandwich from Wendy's. I get a chicken sandwich, 12 nuggets, regular, medium fry, and sometimes a Frosty.
Ooh, a buffet.
You'd think that, but I need like 3,500 calories a day, so... I remember I went to a doctor for something that was not nutrition related, and she was a doctor, so she was like, "You're overweight." I'm like, "I know, I came here for my bones and my hand. Can you look at them?" And she's like, "Not until they stop being fat." And I was like, "Okay." She's like, "Do you know what your daily caloric intake is supposed to be?" It's like, I had a personal trainer once and it was 3,600, and she's like, "That's wrong, that's way too high." And I was like, "Okay." She's like, "Take this app, put your biometrics into it, log your shit in, make sure you write down all your food." And I was like, "Okay." Logged my biometrics, 3,600. And I was like, okay, sure. And I ate a lot less than that for 2 weeks, and I lost 15 pounds almost immediately, which is a thing I can do. And I showed up and I was like, "I lost 15 pounds. Will you look at my hand now?" And she was like, "What? You lost 15 pounds? Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm malnourished because I'm supposed to be eating 3,600 calories. Give me an okay to get an x-ray of my hand, you freak." I hate doctors, I hate doctors, I hate doctors. They've yet to invent a good doctor.
I've seen one. When I went in for almost dying, I was like, "Hey, I have a hard time keeping down food. Any recommendations?" Also, like, what should I do about this whole, like, I don't know, almost dying thing? They're like, "Oh, well, here are the things that, like, help you keep down food. Like, this is a general diet for that. And for this thing, this is the thing that you need to do for that." And lo and behold, following instructions, I became better. Crazy.
That's crazy. I actually had a good sleep doctor in Dallas. 2 Aloha paycheck. Nom nom, you don't need to give Aloha money. He's on salary now.
Throw $5 at him. In pennies. Aloha in chat.
If I were to receive merchandise of a character, would I prefer a plush or a figure? I would prefer a plush. Bad friend Jello trying to wealth block Aloha. I just told him in a DM like 30 minutes ago I was giving him a raise. What's the origin of the name Jello Apocalypse? I answer this one pretty frequently. When I was a baby, there was an animator on Newgrounds called Legendary Frog. I wanted a name that had the same cadence as his. My friends and I were talking in like 8th grade about what we thought the funniest way for the world to end will be. One of us, I think it was me, suggested like big Jello meteors because I was like, that'd be hard to take seriously. Who happened?
Hello.
Hi.
It's me. I'm here. I was just getting a refund from my DoorDash order.
I was just getting a refund for all the money that Nom Nom Freshman is giving me in chat.
Why would I do that?
Favorite low-level enemy in any game?
Dragon Quest Slime.
That's a classic pick.
That'd be mine, because I love Giant Warrior monsters.
I'll think about mine. DoorDash or Grubhub or Postmates? I use Grubhub.
I only have DoorDash right. There's a local one as well, but I don't like them because you can't refund if they get your order funding. There's no refund option. I'm like, why? Huh?
Oh, Aloha! I had to lock into Zap myself so that I can do the Glock and Shock on my own terms.
That's fine, man. I mean, I don't play, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says as if it's not his fault that we're all here.
Subway was added to my DoorDash, and I was like, oh, yippee, Subway.
You love Subway.
I love Subway.
I don't think we can be friends.
It's fine. I know it's garbage.
Alright, now we can be friends.
Yeah, like, don't worry.
Finally.
Like, Roma used to be a sandwich artist at Subway. And she told me all the nasty things they do with her food. I still eat there.
That's fair. Like, if you know, then go for it, man.
I'm very and I order the meatball subs too.
What did I do?
I'm no coward.
I am. It's because last time I ate there, I ate plastic.
Damn, dude.
Like a big hunk of chunk of plastic that I had to like take out of my mouth and be like, this would choke anyone because it's bigger than my palm.
Like, man,
Review.
I once made a
This
sub for
would
myself
choke
and found.
anyone.
Yeah. I once made a sub for myself and there was a ketchup packet in it, so I'm no better.
I don't throw stones in glass subways.
The fuck? I'll ask Aloha. Thoughts on mid-2000s Simon Baker show The Mentalist? Weird question, I know. But I like that show. It's about a charming con man seeking vengeance. Like, if I knew about it, right? You're asking me how my opinion's on it, and then you're like, here's what it's about. And I'm like, I've seen The Mentalist. It was like fucking on TV. I never watched it. I like Psych more. Psych was the show that I liked back around that time.
Community made a joke about The Mentalist once. That's all I got. All I got, boss.
If children beat the Elite Four in Pokemon, are they given presidential authority?
I'm under the impression the Pokemon League has literally no authority whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, what did the Elite Four do?
Fucking
The same thing that gym leaders do, stand there.
yeah, like you see the Elite Four in like the Pokemon show, and it's like I'm on a boat. That's like it. I'm glad you're living your life, man. They do even less than a gym leader.
Oh yeah, in the show, freaking gym leaders do all sorts of things, turn you into
Yeah.
dolls.
Gym leaders always be like...
You can't say there isn't a government in Pokemon because there are police officers, which imply the existence of a government, right? Unless the Officer Jennies are just like their own like organization.
I feel like the entirety of Pokemon, the world, is actually like based weirdly around like the nurses. Because like the nurses, have you seen the freaking like weird tests that they had to do, and the amount that they can just kind of go like, well, this needs to be done, and then we'll just go and do it without asking anyone.
Officer Jenny is anime exclusive, aren't they? I mean, yeah, but so
And
is like
Pokemon
most
Yellow.
lore. Like, you know, it's just like you. What did the Elite Four do in like fucking normal Pokemon? The only time that like,
Nothing.
Elite Four do anything is like Black and White.
Lieutenant Surge is evidence of a military. Lieutenant Surge is just some crazy guy.
Yeah, like
He literally lives in a garbage maze.
those fucking Pokemon theories where it's like, why is there no young men? Is there a war going on? Lieutenant
mean-
Surge
wait.
implies that
What do you mean, why is there no young men?
I mean, there's like old people, women.
There's
There's
young
some
men
young
in
men, but, like-
Pokemon. Super
I don't know.
nerds, there's bikers. I guess gamblers are old. Scientists.
Yeah, and there's also black belts and stuff. I don't know, man. It's always those people who are like, there's war in Pokemon somewhere, and it's like, nah, man.
Childhood
I wouldn't be
equals soul murdered.
Remember the Pokemon War? No?
Red is a young man. What the frick? Red is like 10 years old, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
supposedly.
yeah.
Allegedly.
At the beginning, when you see him throughout time, there is an age up
Yeah,
on him.
he grows up unlike Ash Pokemon, but like, you know.
Well, thank you for sending me money.
Favorite final boss from any game? Fuck.
I'm of the opinion a final boss should usually be a victory lap.
Yeah, you know,
Hmm.
so it's this thing of, I think the final phase of a boss should be
Yes.
victory lap.
If
That's,
I think you need, like, and a lot of games do this more than on most bosses.
yeah.
When you've got a final boss, especially like at the very last phase, a player needs to try to die in that situation. Like, you gotta put in all those, there's a word for this, but like the invisible assists and fake number, like it'll display some amount of health, or like,
Mhm.
this isn't a good example, but like, you know how in Undertale, if you take too much damage from Toriel in the first fight, she'll purposefully start missing you? Like that, but less obvious. Under no circumstance do you want a player to have to do a final boss twice when they were like right there, because that
Yeah.
that means their immersion's gone.
It kills all sorts of fucking.
If
Bullshit.
you want difficulty, that's for like 100% completion final boss, or like a super boss.
Yeah.
I'll have to actually go through a lot of my games again, but I'm gonna go with the ultimate life form.
Ah, I really like the final boss of KOTOR 2. I won't say because I don't want to spoil it. But if you know, you know.
I get so much energy from that last fight. Just full on live and learn playing in the background, flying through space.
A final boss should be the most difficult fight of a game, only if it's a hard game. Like if it's like a difficult platformer or like a Super Meat Boy type thing or like a Dark Souls thing, then sure. In any other circumstance, I pretty much universally disagree.
In a lot of story-based stuff, like when you're trying to like tell a story, right? Like nothing can kill your hype more than dying to the boss at the very end. Like, and then having to like rewatch the cutscene, and God forbid you die multiple times, where you have to skip to the cutscenes every single time and go like, okay, back at it again, and then you finally beat it, and you're like, whoa, fuck.
I have
your
a
hype
least
for the story.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say I have a least favorite final boss, which is the final boss of Beyond Good and Evil. That fight knocks the whole game down a point. It also doesn't have an ending afterwards because they're like, see you in the sequel, and it's like, uh-oh, gamers, we're Beyond Good and Evil.
It's so bad when they're just like, our ending is a cliffhanger. Like, even if there is something else afterwards, don't. Just wrap up your story. Like, make it whole, and then continue it. Like, you can do that.
No, like, you want to know my least favorite boss recently that's coming out? I hate the true final boss of Sonic Frontiers.
The moon?
The moon. I fucking hate that fight. It's literally so bad.
Yeah.
I feel like the ideal boss fight, right? Obviously 3 phases, right? First 2 phases are hard. After you beat the second phase, cutscene plays to hype everything back up if you somehow failed. And then it's kind of a victory lap.
Yes. Okay. Right? I 100% agree with you there.
You know, because it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, if it's just like, all the hype is at the beginning of the fight and you have to go through the 2 phases and you might fail and all this other stuff, it can really kill the entire vibe. Because like a lot of stories hinge off the ending being good. If the whole game is good and the ending is ass, the entire thing will be viewed as ass because that's the most recent memory of the game you have.
Yeah. I think Omori kind of fits that bill. No, Omori's not different phases of a final boss. Omori straight up has 3 different final boss fights, all of which could have been the final boss. And the last one's great. And they should have just done that one and cut the other 2 entirely. Man, like, so, okay, this isn't even that, but Omori has this great thing, because like the whole core story of the game, the Omori story, is like, hey, gamer, did you notice that your friends, back when they were friends in the past, they really liked taking pictures. So you got all these photographs, and it's like a big important thing.
Look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph. And you have to see the photographs throughout the game. I don't think even trying, you could avoid them.
Yeah, because you see them when you switch party members and stuff, right? Like,
no, not those ones, but you do also see those. No, but there's plenty of times in the game where you have to pick up these photos. And then in between Final Boss 2 and 3, there's this gauntlet where you have to go through all these minigame sections of the moments where those photos were taken, and it's like, remember? And I'm like, yeah, I played your video game. Let me finish it, dude.
Look at this photograph. Yeah.
What's my favorite extra boss? Like, none of them. I'm not an extra boss guy.
Extra boss? Dude, oh fuck. I think like one of the like EX bosses from like Shin Megami Tensei 5 has a fucking fuck jam, bro. Can I say the F word more on the screen? Yeah, boy. So good.
Favorite
5, but I know that song.
Favorite surprise boss. In a random corner of a cavern in Mother 3, there's a guy who's just weeping on the floor. And his name is Negative Man. And he doesn't attack you, but he's got the HP of a boss. And that's it. There's no mechanic. You just walk in and kill him. Thoughts on Galcian from Skies of Arcadia. He's a JRPG villain.
Yeah.
Hey Jello, is there anything worse than cold butter? Yes.
I'm not gonna tell you though.
It's a true fact. My favorite, like, surprise boss has to be Mr. Shakedown. It has to be. Mr. Shakedown is a person you, like, encounter at the beginning of the game, and the game goes, there's this dude, and he wants your money. And you go, okay, I'll try to fight him. And then he freaking clocks you once, and most of your HP goes down. And you're like, oh shit! And then the game goes like, I won't take your money this time, but I will be a roaming boss for the rest of the game.
And yet no bananas gets me. Sorry, go ahead.
Shame they haven't made people games since 2008. Yeah. I really like the territorial rock parts in like Xenoblade, basically, where it's like in the first area of the game they have like a wandering like level 100 fucking creature that you're like supposed to avoid, and it's like, hey, very start of the game, you see this guy, and you go, oh, I don't want to fuck with that. And then at the end of the game, you're like, I should go back and fuck with that thing. And then you feel so good because you're like, yeah, look how far I've come.
Yeah, that's really good. That's good design.
Yeah. Jello, have you ever played Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles?
Yes, I didn't like it.
Very fair.
I played it. I mean, I played it alone, so that was the first problem. But I played it. I rented it a lot from Blockbuster and would just start new games over and over again to hear the opening theme.
It's so good.
It's really fucking good.
What do you think is the scariest, creepiest Nintendo boss? I was being told yesterday about a boss in Pikmin.
Is it the
like
water wraith?
It's like the egg that you find, and you fuck with it, and then it just like pops out, and it's like this like foggy mass, right? It was Jay telling me about it, about how like fucking he didn't really want his Pikmin to die at all, but that thing came out, and man, did it start killing some Pikmin.
Pikmin is one of the most stressful video games that's ever been made.
Dude, I was watching Christian play it, and he goes into this like dungeon area, and there's like a spider with a machine gun, dude, and it was like fucking storming Normandy with Pikmin. They're dying left and right, and I was just like, Jesus.
That's a YouTube video title, Storming Normandy with Pikmin.
Yeah.
Gigas is spooky. Gigas is boring. Me throwing rocks at Earthbound. Man, that's one of my favorite, like, shut up, you're right tweets I've ever made is, you'll notice I don't tweet anymore because I'm just a tired old man. But when Nintendo was like, Earthbound and Earthbound Zero are coming to Virtual Console, don't ask about Mother 3, even though we know that's the one you want. And I was like, damn, speaking as someone who, like, with friends purchased a functioning copy of the original Earthbound, can't wait to see all these people try Earthbound for the first time and go, yo, this is awful.
True.
And everyone was like, no. And I'm like, yes, it's objectively a terrible RPG. Earthbound hates you so much. And, like, not in like a pathologic way where you kind of respect it.
Oh, God, I love that logic.
Like, it's just in a bad way, where, like, the place I always like to cite is between Threed and Fourside. There's this desert, and they're like, whoa, a fucking desert. What should happen in here? Should we put, like, a dungeon? And they were like, no, it'll be a big desert, and the joke is there's a traffic jam. through the desert. So you have to get out of your taxi and walk through the desert. Earthbound loves to do this thing where it's like, that's a funny joke. Oh fuck, I have to deal with the mechanical consequences of the joke. It's not funny anymore. Where, it's like, get out of the car and walk through the desert. Sounds good. Except that there's a unique status ailment called Sunstroke, I believe, which has a random chance of activating every X number of steps you take. It can activate every single time. Sunstroke is Pokemon Poison and will kill your characters. You have a limited amount of healing items. You have a limited amount of healing, like mana to heal again. And once you're out, you're fucked. And I just was almost sunstroked to death. And then I fucking got to Forside and I was like, thank God. Now I can go shopping. Oh, hey, I got a wedding cake. So I went out to the department store and I go to shop and then they fucking steal Paula. And it's like an alien is in the department store. Blackout. The department store is a dungeon. It's like, I have no HP, no mana, and I went to buy items and recover, and you threw a dungeon at me after the last dungeon. So I just died like 30 times trying to run from every enemy in the dungeon. Just trying to outrun them. Fucking hate Earthbound. Also, all of Earthbound's charm is in the first half of that game. The second half of the game sucks. How does Gigas not at least unsettle you? He's a looping background.
Who the fuck is Gigas?
He's the final boss of Earthbound. I mean, like, yeah, back in, like, 2008, and everyone's scariest video game fight list, everyone was like, number 1, Guy Gas. This is such a scary monster because its negative space looks like a baby. And you're like, what's the significance of that? And they're like, we don't know. Number 0, Burger King foot lettuce.
Oh god, don't get me started. Jello, have you played Dragon Quest XI yet? If not, would suggest. It's a good suggestion.
Is that one good?
I love Dragon Quest XI. It is so, like, imagine a JRPG, Jello. And you know how Dragon Quest is like the JRPG. Imagine them perfecting the formula to such a fucking degree that this is just the most JRPG in like the most positive sense, right? And so, like, I don't know, I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I 100%ed it in like 101 hours, so it's not too long for a JRPG.
I think my scariest gotta be Majora's Mask.
Damn.
Like, honestly, pretty terrifying, and also, like, you always, like, the entire fight is just kind of weird constantly, and then it just keeps just morphing into, like, more, like, grotesque versions of itself.
Yeah, I like the middle one.
Yeah.
Thoughts on grinding in video games? If your game has any grinding, you've completely failed as a game designer. If you got an RPG and I fight every enemy I encounter just casually walking around, I should never have to grind. Not for a super boss, not for anything.
Yeah.
There's
honestly, I think that's where the Trails games did really good.
You know what? That's true.
I never had to grind in Trails games.
Trails has a great difficulty curve because it's a difficulty rubber band of like, it's almost like fighting game combos where generally in a fight you just walk in and do your start of battle combo win the fight in
Yeah.
one turn, and it's like, you're awesome. Here's extra bonus experience. You were so strong and cool. Good job for being good at video game.
Marvelous.
Which feels amazing.
Yeah.
And then the boss fights are just like, hey, either you can just do that to the boss and congratulations,
Or they're immune to it, and then you're just like, wow.
Or they're immune to it, or you do it to them, and then they're like, whoa, that boss was so strong. And you're like, shut up.
Yeah. I don't remember grinding in Dragon Quest 11. I only ground to get to level 100, but even then it's like Dragon Quest is so easy because all you got to do is like find metal slime, you get level. Wow. It's like, yeah.
I do love those.
I love all slimes, man.
Yeah. I love like the special enemy that you go out of your way and be like, you have to try to like find out a way to beat this thing because like either has like a ton of defense or it'll like one-shot you, or most of the time will just run away before you really get to do anything.
You know what? Sorry,
Yeah.
thought you were done. Keep going.
And the best ways of doing those fights is finding the trick to defeat that one enemy. One of my favorite ones, I'll name two. So, Thousand Year Door, deal 20 damage to this thing that has like 2 defense, or something like that. It's ridiculous. But you can find out ways to do that. Great job. The other one is a game that was, I think was called Lost Odyssey, I think it was called.
Will appears.
Yeah.
And there was an enemy there that was just like basically immune to almost everything. But there is one spell that you can find and use that does random, undefendable damage. So you can be like, I randomize, I think, like 2/3 of the time to actually like kill this thing, and then just gain a ton of experience.
Yeah.
You know what game has really interesting metal slimes? Is The World Ends With You. It's got the pigs, and they're each killed in a different way. And my favorite one is there's one that's like, I don't even remember how they hint to it, and it probably would have pissed me off if someone didn't tell me it was coming. But there's one where to defeat it, you have to close the DS.
Oh yeah.
And it dies instantly when you do that. But like, I don't know, that's really funny.
Yeah, I always thought it was interesting when people use the DS system like that. Like, what was it? Fucking Phantom Hourglass. I had to like close the DS to like stamp the map or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember. You had to close the DS for some reason. But yeah, like.
Oh man, this game. It's Shattered Memories, the game I'm thinking of.
Silent Hill. Someone, while you look that up. I'm a comment creator and would like to hear your experience with your own cornucopia. Do you ever get the urge to go back to it? Literally never. Don't make a webcomic. It's tortuous.
Unless you're into that. Like, I don't know, it's just like I can't, like, comics are just like so demanding.
Yeah, it's just too much. It's too much work for such a slow output, and like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially like in a weekly format and stuff. I'd rather make like a graphic novel. You know, like just something where it's just like you just like a book, you just do it all at once and then release it instead of like, you know, having to chase like the train, you know.
I found it. Trace Memory for the DS. This thing puts every goddamn trick in the book in this one goddamn game. So closing and opening, doing like things on the pad, tilting your DS so it like shows a specific like length of text to be like, oh, if you hold it like this way, it like spells out this. Of course, the like blowing thing and whatnot, and it's like a puzzle game. And the one that gets me the most, and you might have heard this from me, at least Jello and Cole. I think everyone else probably hasn't heard of this, but like, there's one that just like, you look into the next room and there's too much light. It's too blinding. You can't do anything.
You had to turn off
And-
the backlighting.
You had to turn off the backlighting in your DS, and you could see through the door.
See, like, if a game opens up and is like, hey, just so you know, we're gonna be pulling this flavor of fuck shit, I like that as like a meta puzzle thing, because like I would think of that. I'd be like, what can I do with my DS? Because like once you learn those Twoey pigs are that bullshit, like there's one that's like sleeping or something. It's like, you gotta do something because this guy's sleeping, and I'm like, can I?
Go at it.
Yeah, I was like, is it gonna use the microphone? Okay. I've heard a few references to Aram Pain. What is it? It's a game that my friend Aram runs.
TTRPG. You roll dice.
It's almost over. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, that much damage? Alright, fuck it, I guess.
Thoughts on Umineko?
Too long, too wordy. I'm sure it's good, but like it's objectively too wordy. Like you know that one moment in the Miles is on fire videos or whatever where I'm like, or Aram's like, this game never uses 10 words when 100 will do. Umineko never uses 10 words when 1,000 will do. I watched Oz play that game for 2 hours, and literally it was about Battler getting on a boat, getting off a boat, and going into a mansion, and nothing happened.
Yeah. Like, I'll love it. It's just like, but my attention span is so small. That's why I can't watch anime. It's like I can't sit there for like a 30-minute like episode when I can just read manga at my own pace, you know?
Jello, I must suggest Lisa the Painful, a fun adventure through a wasteland of manly man. No, I would not like that game at all.
Yeah, it would depress Jello out, honestly.
I don't like sad media. Real life is sad. I play shit like Little Gator Game to feel happy.
Yeah.
Not even One Piece? What do you mean not even One Piece? That's the longest anime.
I'm not gonna fucking watch, like, okay.
Dude, no one should watch all of One Piece.
Well, no one
Read
should
it.
fucking watch all of One Piece. Like, Jesus. Because not only is it just like, it's fucking a chapter an episode, right? Which is 30 minutes, right? Like, then there's filler, right? Like, I don't know. Like,
I think
I bought all of One Piece. If you want to read One Piece with us, subscribe to Jello's Patreon at the $5 tier, where we're going to be doing a book club. Where we're going to be reading through the arcs of One Piece together, and then we'll stream it privately to the Patreon. And you can share your One Piece opinions with us, and then we can make face.
What's the longest anime I've ever finished? I don't think I've ever finished a long anime. I watched like 100 episodes of Hunter x Hunter, and while working on other stuff, even though I'd already read all of One Piece, I watched like up through the end of Skypiea, which was like 200 something episodes.
I will watch all of One Piece, and you can't stop me. God, I wish I had that much free time.
One Piece is a bad anime? It is. You should
is.
look up a watch. Yeah, because Toei didn't give a shit about it for like 8 years because it printed money. That's why there's a scene in the manga where to introduce a character who basically has Indus's powers, because he's got the barrier fruit.
I love that character.
I love him too. I kind of wanted to
Yeah.
play him because when I was reading it, he didn't have a voice yet. But that guy was like, he was trying to goad opponents in an arena with a moat into hitting him. So he starts pissing in the arena in front of everybody, and they're like, you piece of shit. And they go to punch him and they break their hands on his barriers. In the anime, he pees for like 6 minutes because of how slow everything is. And it's like, bro, go to a doctor.
Please, for the love of God, do your like, all of you do yourself a favor and read some fucking manga, please. There are occasions where anime like improves upon it. Like Jujutsu Kaisen's manga is kind of ass, but the anime is amazing, right? But it's just like, in a lot of cases, the anime, especially like older animes where it's just like we just pumped out fucking episodes for like every week for like 4 years, like One Piece, for example, the manga's probably better.
It's
like 100%.
It's less of a problem now that the industry is like kind of finally stopping the idea of like it's more profitable to just shit out garbage week by week, and they're like, oh, people do get like hyped every time My Hero Academia comes back. Okay, great. We don't need to kill ourselves and put out a bad product. But even so, like I watched Shadow's House, which I think is great. Even though the ending of season 1's a little weird because I don't think they thought they were going to get renewed. I actually would have agreed with them. I'm shocked they got a second season, to be honest. But I watched Shadow's House and I was like, this is really cool. And then I read the manga and I was like, this is better because this is an intrigue thing and I'm reading it at my own pace with my eyeballs.
Yeah.
Have I heard of One Pace? Yeah. I've also heard of the manga.
One of my friends watched that. Someone edited down Naruto and cut off all the filler and like flashbacks and stuff. Like the constant flashbacks.
What was left?
That one Kakashi arc.
Have I heard of Sergeant Frog? I kind of want to just start lying. I'd be like, no, what is that?
Isn't that what Bo Spire really like?
I don't know if they really like it, but I know Bo at least has seen it.
Yeah. I say they really like it. I've heard them mention the name once when...
Dude,
yeah.
They're fucking in love with Sergeant Frog, I think.
Yeah, I think. I don't know, dude. Look, I'm not here to tell the truth.
Favorite flavor of candle, vanilla. Or coffee. Didn't I fucking abridge an episode of Sergeant Frog once? No. The Midnight Frogs abridged Sergeant Frog. I've worked... I
don't eat candles.
I've worked with 3 people in different capacities who worked on that show. I will not mention any of them because I know at least one of them tried to distance themselves from that internet name and that era of their work. But yeah, I've bumped elbows with them. Fruits Basket manga was basically the only way to consume Fruits Basket before the remake. Yam would throw so many rocks at you for saying that.
Thoughts on tower defense games? I like tower defense games.
Not for me, but, you know, whatever.
I like tower defense games that play like, I guess, modern day auto chess.
Yeah, that's fair.
Auto chess. Yeah, there's something called like Gem TD that basically like did that years before auto chess existed.
Jello, what you think of New Zelda?
I haven't played it. I want to. What content do you prefer doing voices for? Japanese dubbing or English, original English releases? No one in the world prefers dubbing. I'll just tell you, nobody. Everyone wants their voice like animated too. I don't know a single person who would do one of those like dubbing over original prelay work. Favorite Straw Hat Pirate? The only correct answer is Usopp.
Yeah, Usopp.
You don't like Samurai Man who
I
puts
like him
sword in
at the
mouth?
start, but then they like, I don't know.
When
Yeah, but
Zoro
he gets lost though.
When Zoro was like, all right, hold on, I'm gonna use the most like Jello fucking segue to get here. So in Scooby-Doo, in the old Scooby-Doo era, when they got rid of Fred, Velma, and Daphne and replaced them with Scrappy,
Yeah.
that was honestly a good dynamic because like Scrappy's the idiot who's like, I'm ready to do anything, and Scooby's afraid of everything, and Shaggy's in the middle. So depending on who's in what scene, Shaggy can be like a straight man voice of reason if it's him and Scooby, or he can be comedy if it's him and the whole group or just him and Scrappy. So it always works. Zoro was that in early One Piece, where like Luffy was always the goofball and like Nami was serious. And then Zoro would like sometime, like if it was just Zoro and Luffy, he'd be like, Luffy, what are you doing, man? All right, I guess here we go. Fuck it, we ball. But then like now he's just like, oh, I love swords so much. And like, I know One Piece is for 14-year-olds, but it's been for 14-year-olds for 20 years. And Zoro's fights are the most boring shonen fights that have ever existed. It's just like two guys punching really hard, but with swords, and then eventually Zoro goes, oh my god, I don't know if I can cut this hard. Maybe if I imagine dragons about it and imagine a demon, and I'll cut even harder. And then he does, and it's like Zoro's the best at cutting hard. And it's like, this isn't a power or a skill. He's just going like, can I do it? Yeah. It's like fucking JoJo Part 5 fights.
So, Jello, here's a good question. Do you think the fact that One Piece is being animated like well now affects the manga's writing? Because now they have a concept that whatever I draw is going to be animated baller.
I don't think Oda thinks about that, to be honest.
Okay.
Though he did only make Frankie because he really liked Mr. Two's actor and wanted to put him in as a Straw Hat, which, like, I like Frankie. I don't think Frankie should exist. At least not as a party member. I think that often. I'm very focused on the economy of storytelling, and like the easiest and hardest change is to just be like, fuse these characters, cut this character, and One Piece has like 5 more party members than it needs.
Yeah, like literally if you cut down the Straw Hats to like Zoro, Usopp, Nami, and like Luffy, it's perfect. You don't need more. Like you could add Chopper maybe if you really want to. Oh yeah, fuck, Sanji's a thing. Fuck.
If you have the OG crew, the original 5, and then maybe Chopper, because I do like his dynamic with Usopp, but the original 5 and Robin, and then stop.
Yeah.
I love Robin. Like, when Robin's allowed to do anything, which is never, she's great.
I do really like Zoro when he's not fighting. Like, him being horrible with directions is hilarious to me.
It's a good joke.
And also, like, the times where he's just like, I'm gonna be a man, and the person's like, this is gonna hurt a lot. He's like, I don't care. All right. And then he's just, like, standing there covered in blood, like, this is nothing to me. It's less funny and more going like, oh, he's so cool for me. But, like, when he just, like, I cut really hard, like, I don't care. I don't care when he's sword.
I like really competent characters, like in like one specific area, like where it's like, you know, Zoro good at sword, but like I like it whenever they're hyper competent in that thing, but that thing never solves their problems, right? But like all of Zoro's problems are, I cut harder and everything's fine, right? And I feel like the best time characters like those shine is when it's just like, my sword's not enough to save my marriage or some shit.
Yeah. No, I agree. Funny example, but I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Why are there so many loan sharks? Is there an invasion? I didn't even notice. Fuck.
But it's like, I think the series is too busy having like 20 fights across the entire thing, one for each character, to really like have space for Zoro to have anything but sword, you know?
What do I think the One Piece is? I think it's one of the 3 super weapons. Or whatever's on that giant egg that's always on Gold Roger's ship in flashbacks.
Real One Piece was the friends we made along the way.
Man. You can always tell someone who's like, has no interest in ever engaging with One Piece, because they'll be like, have they found the One Piece? And you're just like, it's not about that.
Yeah, it's about the journey.
It's about oil.
It's about destroying the government. I read Romance Dawn, which was the prototype of One Piece, like a week ago, because I was like trying to see if it was like worth reading for like the book club thing. and it was interesting. It was very clear that the Marines didn't exist in the story, and there was like the peace pirates, and then there was like the Magnolias, which were the evil pirates. And it was the job of the peace pirates to fight the evil pirates, and it was just pirate v pirate like crime.
That's that's very Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah, and like Luffy wasn't stupid. He was like more. He was very bland. he wasn't the Luffy that we know. It was interesting, and there was a character that was like a girl with a sword, and it was kind of like Nami and Zoro in like one character.
Huh.
Yeah. In one version, they have Shanks give Luffy the hat, and basically it's just like, this is my backstory, and then like the Nami girl placeholder being like, this is my story, and you're like, this is the war of the world, and then it's like one fight, and then it's like, oh, yeah, and then it's a prototype, you know. And one of them, it's like Luffy's grandfather gives him that straw hat, which that character later evolves to be like Gartz or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking. Someone's like, it's gonna turn out that Luffy is the real One Piece or something. We already got the silly Luffy reveal, and you know what? I'm all the way here for it.
Yeah.
Luffy's latest, like, what you call is like stupid anime Super Saiyan form. I adore it. I think it's such a good fit for the comic book medium.
Yeah, I love it more than the fucking one that he got in Dressrosa. It's so fucking ugly.
I like that one too, but it is fucking ugly. And also the fight against Don Quixote just is so boring. It sucks so bad.
Yeah. I think Luffy has one of the best powers for the comic medium, like even before like that stuff, right? It's just like the things you can do, like with his like stretching and stuff, create such a good sense of scale in like the series, because everything's done like big boats and shit, right? I appreciate Aloha's independence in making up pronunciations of characters' names. Shanks?
Shanks, yeah.
Is that not how it's pronounced?
It's just Shanks, like getting shanked.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't fucking watch the anime. Fucking don't roast me about pronunciation, homie.
Pronunciation?
Pronunciation?
We're gonna freaking roast him about Naruto and Gaku.
Dude. Like, you know who the fuck I'm talking about, so that's all that fucking matters.
That's true.
It's communication, homie. Yeah. The fuck I was talking about?
One Piece.
One Piece? God. I hope it's real.
Where do you think Luffy's mom is? She better never get mentioned and never matter. I don't give a shit.
You want to know my favorite fucking Hunter x Hunter theory?
Sure.
It's about who Gon's mom is.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically in Greed Island, right?
Also, not to razz you for this, but it might matter with you telling this story. It is Gon.
I don't fucking give a shit.
I know, but I'm letting you know now, because if you say Gon like 6 times, then chat's just gonna be like yelling at you for 10 minutes.
I stopped caring about what chat thinks. One guy said it and I acknowledged it, but now I'm just doing it because I don't care. You know what? I should just start calling it Hunter x Hunter too, just to piss people off even more. So like basically in Greed Island, they focus on some cards that never get like shown, and it's like there's a pregnancy stone that allows for mpreg, right? And then some pandas that can take care of newborns. So some people think that Ging, or now I'm insecure about my pronunciation.
Sorry,
but Gon's father, right, mpregged himself, birthed his child, and then had the pandas in Greed Island raise him, and then dumped him off.
That's a good theory. That sounds really believable, to be honest.
Because they have the cards there, but they never use them or anything in the show. But they make sure to fucking show them.
You know what? I will actually say, the fucking what's his name, Togashi. you know how most authors will, like, you only have limited panel space, so you want to, like, foreshadow shit. And, like, for all of One Piece's faults, almost everything is really shockingly well foreshadowed. It's very impressive, actually. Like, Oda knew the whole story from the start. But...
I don't know. They did get rid of that, iceberg. It came back pretty... I don't know.
Fucking, well, now I forgot what I was talking about.
It's probably something about an iceberg.
About the One Piece being foreshadowed very well.
Yeah, but it's but like a thing being mentioned in Hunter x Hunter is like not necessarily foreshadowing. Tagashi's just really terrible at story management. So like there's that part in fucking Bug Arc, Chimera Ant, where it just stops dead to like focus for 2 episodes on this like sect of terrorists in this country, like human terrorists. And they're like all already eaten by the ants by this point. And they're like all dead pretty much. And it's like, here's the story of their leader and his sad backstory. Anyway, he died and will never be brought up and never matter. And you're like, why did you tell me about that? And you could be like, oh, is it because his body got reincarnated into like this ant or the other? And it's like, that never gets confirmed. And even if it did, it wouldn't matter at all because all the ants died except for like 2 of them. And I think the only time it comes up again is Icalgo, the little like the guy who looks like if a South Park character turned into an octopus. He's like, I was a part of that terrorist cell, and it's like, cool. And he's like, and nothing, I guess.
Yeah, boy.
How did I start voice acting? With my mouth.
Damn.
Thoughts on Full Metal Alchemist 03 and Brotherhood. That's bait.
Move on.
That's bait.
That's bait, yeah.
Any thoughts on the crocodile as Luffy's mom theory? Definitely wrong, but I love it. Very similar to the Mpreg. I don't remember Goen's dad's name's pronunciation either, to be honest.
Yeah. Just say whatever you want, man.
Who's my favorite, least favorite greedy capitalist archetype character? I don't know. There's no good ones.
What about Dr. Eggman?
He's not a capitalist. He's just a goon. He's just a silly guy. He's just a freaky fella.
I think he wants to get into capitalism.
He's not good at it. Favorite fictional detective? Layton. Layton's just a nice guy. Is Scrooge McDuck a capitalist? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Personally, I like when capitalists are just fucking freaks. All of them are freaks.
It's a good detective. Oh, crap, what was his name? Yes, but there was somebody else. I'm not gonna remember his name. I'm gonna look it up.
Naven's a capitalist? No, he isn't. Owning a business doesn't make you a capitalist. Also, he didn't found his company. What's a crossover from any form of media you wish that would happen? None. I don't like crossovers. Make new stories.
Yeah. Unless it has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and they're like, you know, they're the fursuits or whatever the fuck you don't talk about. The mascot like shit. I loved it when those guys showed up in like Power Rangers and stuff. That was hilarious, man. We need more of that. From no epithet crossovers ever. Yeah.
What would epithet crossover with? Hey Jello, have you seen season 2 for Dr. Stone yet? I haven't seen season 1.
Yeah.
So I was thinking Date from AI Somnium Files.
Yeah. I love him.
It's quite the character.
So I was thinking Dante from Devil May Cry.
Featuring Knuckles.
Thoughts on part 8 of JoJo? It's gross and bad. Part 7 is all the cool shit of JoJo when it's just like a bonkers roller coaster and it's silly and stupid. And you can be like, oh, the magical train is making the girl give birth to Jesus Christ. And you can be like, what? And be like, it's JoJo or whatever.
Beautiful.
Uh-oh. Hang on, this guy might die. I might need to save him. But like, it's like horses and there's zombie dinosaurs. Like, it's all the silly fun shit. And then JoJo Part 8 is like, hey, remember all those scenes where like a character will like lick someone else out of nowhere without consent? And it'll be like a little rapey and like kind of a vibe of like the author definitely has a piss fetish the whole time. Like that. JoJo Part 8 is all of that, and it's non-stop. And it's got an interesting mystery, but it does the Araki thing he always fucking does. But, okay, do you remember how I mentioned bullet point writing near the start of this stream, where it's like, here's my 4 ideas and we gotta get to them? Araki always writes with like 6 bullets, and then the first 5 are Act 1, and then it's like, here's the mid-boss, here's like the Act 1 boss is bullet 5, and then bullet 6 is the final boss, which is usually the same boss again. He's like, well, they can't just fight this guy twice in a row. I gotta have a reason for the second half of the show. And it's like, no, you don't. You don't need that. Just don't write it that way. Just write one final boss and end it. And JoJo Part 8 is like, there's a mystery. And it's an okay mystery. And then you figure out the mystery. And then it's like, what if there were like 100 more chapters and they're all bad? And you're like, that sounds terrible.
Dude, you're fucking this guy up.
I think I gotta throw like a million pies, actually. Let me... Oh, I can't check my tasks. Am I interested in part 9 of JoJo? No. I gave part 8 my full attention. Unless people who are like, I liked part 7, come to me and are like, part 9 is good again, then I'm never looking at it. Thoughts on epithet erased? It's made by this meme creator. Don't, even as a joke, never fucking call me that again. Stop using the word meme to mean comedy or joke or image. That's not what it means.
Meme.
Favorite Pope? I don't have one.
Hey, man.
Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Still no. I don't want to do any more Pokemon. Because if I do more Pokemon, everyone's going to be like, where's Dogs in Love 4? And I'll be like, shut up. Favorite Outer God? Yogg-Sothoth. Is that one?
Damn, I don't know. That
sounds good.
Though.
Jello, what kind of man doesn't have Pope opinions? Handsome.
Handsome. You do a little pose.
What kind of monitor
My
did I
least
get?
favorite Pope?
I don't know, it's an Asus something or other.
My least favorite Pope is every Pope. My Pope opinion.
Which era of anime art style do I like the most? I like... So, I wouldn't call this like 90s or whatever. There's this little era. It's like around Bebop or whatever, where like it doesn't look like art of the era typically looks. It looks like realistic, like they're trying. Fuck, there's another thing. It's like Great Teacher something or other. Fuck, what is that anime?
Great Teacher, G2. GTO is what I remember.
GTO,
What-
yeah.
Yeah.
GTO looks like that. I think that's the most impressive one. Having just watched 2,000 anime openings, I think that's the one that is the most like, cool. Onizuka, that's it.
Yeah.
I like the ones that are like, here's a person that has an anime face, and then as a joke, we're gonna have it drawn like with a lot of detail, like hard shadows.
Sorry, I didn't hear the start. You like that or you dislike that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
I was gonna say, I'd be very surprised. That seems like a very piff gag if you weren't into that, but wanted to check. What do I
I
think?
think the one I can really point to for that particular gag is actually like the Nuzlocke comic.
Yeah.
What
Sorry,
do you
please continue.
What do you think of these AI chatbots? I think some tech bro got really smart and knew that if you couch something in memes, if it's really toxic, people will accept it because it's funny. And I think it's the way that AI is going to backdoor into mainstream culture for voice work. And I think it's going to have extremely terrible consequences. Don't use it. Don't repost them. Don't give them any platform. It's very bad. Same with like deepfake shit. Shit's
Yeah.
gonna be a fucking danger if you give it an inch, you give it a mile. Favorite
ice cream flavors.
I
I
used
like
to
cookies and cream.
I used to get French, it was like French silk vanilla or French vanilla silk, which was like it was just like a Breyers
Vanilla
flavor or
too.
something, but it was like chocolate with a little something something in it. It was good. If I'm just at a place and I've never gotten it before, like I don't know how good their ice cream is or they don't have any interesting flavors, I usually get like 1 scoop of mint and 1 scoop of strawberry.
I like being very adventurous when it comes to ice cream. I'm just like, I've never tried this one before.
Cherry amaretto is good. Cherry amaretto is good.
Favorite video essay.
If you don't want AI art, stop using that Snapchat filter. I don't use Snapchat.
God, Jello, you always snapping over there, homie.
I've never even
Posting them-
downloaded a video or photo sharing app of literally any kind.
You always posting them fucking thirst traps.
Yeah, I'm so sexy. Jello apocalypse over here.
Let's see. Someone asked what your favorite video essay is. Mine is this video essay about it's a KOTOR 2 one. It's called The Philosophy of Kreia, a critical examination of Star Wars. Pretty good.
Close race between the 7.5 hour Noah Cadwell Gervais Resident Evil video, which I genuinely think is a masterpiece, and the Defunct Land one about the Disney Channel jingle. That's a piece of actual art.
That one is very good.
Is he gonna say an H Bomber Guy one? I think H Bomber Guy's awesome and he's top tier, but I don't think any of his are a favorite of mine. Favorite fantasy race, Tengu.
Bird?
What's better for a career? Wide range but mediocre acting or small range but high quality acting? No one's gonna hire you if you're... Well, that's not true. No one should hire you if you're a mediocre actor. You will get cast for one voice forever. Like, a studio will use you once and be like, that, like, I got used by Okratron, and they were like, he can do old man voices, and he won't blink if we give him, like, weird bug porn show. And not that bug porn, the other one. I'm in both of them. And they're like, we need an old man to do bug porn voices, but we don't want to get a 80-year-old in here and be like, this anime is about bug porn. So they just call me. But, like, in another studio, they're like, you do wacky, crazy side character guy. You come in and do that. So, like, they'll just use you for one thing forever.
I think my favorite video essay probably is Line Goes Up.
I never watched that one, but like, just from the fact, like how popular it got to be like, NFTs are awful. Actually, I gotta give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, no, it was definitely like the thing you can point out and be like, this is probably the pivot point.
Yeah, boy.
Recover a head mirror from a spin doctor. Bro, I got a head mirror. You can just take mine. Just buy another one. It's fine.
What video game do you want a movie adaptation the most?
Still Sly Cooper.
I would say Yakuza, but they already did that.
I got the last person I dated into episode race, and you even bought Prison of Plastic. Our mutual love of the show lasts longer than we did. Oh, damn.
All right.
I respect saying that in the open. It's fine. Could you say that relationship was like being in a prison of plastic?
Which is your favorite Ace Attorney villain? Mine has to be Magnus McGilded. I do like him a lot. He's the best villain in the either of the Great Ace Attorney games.
If you could fully voice any game on this channel, no scheduling conflicts or time restraints, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to do Skies of Arcadia. I like to do... Ideally, I like to stream things that no one in the group has ever experienced before, so we all get to react to it together. But I don't have any of those in my head.
Just start on Umineko.
No.
It'll be the most popular Umineko Let's Play.
Yeah, because no, why would anyone do that? Why would anyone do a Let's Read Umineko? Part 6,000?
Yeah, man.
Would no time restriction or other just general restrictions include, like, would I get paid for this time? Like,
I mean, if that's a restriction, then probably.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, man, I've never failed this many times.
If that would unrestrict you, then yeah.
Damn.
If I and everyone else got paid for, like, whatever, like, voice acting thing would be, it would be a huge payout because it would take a while.
No! Sorry, it keeps eating my fucking jump for some reason.
Oh?
Pizza game.
Yeah.
Like, if you could actually, like, fully pay for everyone's, like, voicing in that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
What video game franchise would you love to be the main voice actor for it? I would have loved to be Genji Chainsaw Man, even though I'm not a voice actor.
I would have liked to take a swing at Aki Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Video game franchise would I love to be a main voice actor for? Oh, I don't just want to say Fire Emblem, but like I'm gonna be honest.
But like, you wouldn't want to be in like a new Fire Emblem game.
I mean, I'd still do it.
Yeah.
Because then I could make the main character interesting by force. I would act him good. I would put something into the performance. Any Persona party member you delete from the franchise, yes. Like 6 of them.
Thoughts on Fate Stay Night? I like Fate Stay Night. It is a visual novel video game. How about Digimon voice acting? I don't think Jello really cares about Digimon.
No, I would not.
That's Vixen's thing. Sorry to roll back to the previous topic. What crossover do you want to burn with fire?
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
God.
Marvel,
God, yeah.
Marvel is the fucking Office of the 2020s. It's just like what all people with no personality are really into. I bet in like the 2040s, everyone on their like lonely dating profiles, they're gonna be like, I have like encyclopedic knowledge of this Marvel thing. I'm kind of a super fan. I'll be like, can you tell me anything about yourself? And they'll be like, no.
Nope. Whatever happened to the tongue? Episode 10. I went back to re-listen, couldn't find it.
There's a spoiler for Epithet Erased in it, so I got rid of it.
Nope. You see, there's a fucking podcast tab in YouTube now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like useful because I haven't like looked up anything about it. 'Cause it's not like any of us do podcast shit, but it's there. Shrug.
Thoughts and Fanboy and Chum Chum? Ugly.
Yo,
I didn't watch it.
Jello. Which one? Are you Fanboy or are you Chum Chum Jello?
Oh.
Gotta pick.
I guess I'm the tall one.
Yeah, that means I'm Chum Chum, I think. Yeah.
Is there a voice that you wish you could do more of? Give me another season of Combatants Will Be Dispatched. There's no reason they would ever do that, but like fucking do it. It'd be funny.
Bat and sweep. Brennan watched that anime and I was like, yeah, Jello's the main guy, and he's like, oh fuck, yeah, I guess he was.
I hope he watched it in English.
He did. He usually watches things in English on the plane so he can play video games during it.
Good. It's infinitely better than Konosuba. Thanks, I agree, because Darkness isn't in it. What's a garbage trash series that I love watching? None. My opinions are perfect.
Oh god. Yeah. My trash thing I like watching is Episode Erased.
Wow.
I get fired. I'm homeless. My trash thing I really like is Air Gear. Air Gear is objectively very garbage.
Thoughts on IGPX?
PX?
I don't
Isn't
have
that the fucking robot racing anime?
Yeah, I think it was like the first Western commissioned anime that was still like an anime rather than like a studio like outsourcing their show's animation to Korea or Japan or somewhere.
Yeah.
It's funny that it exists.
I the Flash game on like CartoonNetwork.com.
How dirty is my room? It's dirty in a weird way right now. There's a ton of like packaging everywhere. Yeah, because I actually just went to Best Buy to return a monitor that didn't work.
Yeah. God, you're having such fucking bad time with like tech and shit.
This always happens.
Yeah, I know. I like my fucking what was it? My graphics card did something a couple days ago, and I had to like, all it was is that like either my power cable or like the cables to it were like loose. I just like redid all that shit, and I was literally like about to message you and ask for like if I could get my pay in advance so I could just buy a new computer because I was like I don't want to deal with this shit.
I mean, I'm always down to do that. Like I do that very often actually. Like that. I think I bought Rhea, the lead artist for Epithet Season 1, like 2 separate tablets that way. How would I make a Digimon game? I would not.
God. Jello doesn't like Digimon. Well, he doesn't hate Digimon, but he's like, you know.
I don't like Digimon. Just not. It's not for me.
Sorry, I tried to give him plausible deniability, but no, he just went out with it.
I mean, I don't think Digimon's a good franchise. I think it has too many bad entries. Horse throat. Yeah. Okay, fine, sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Is there anywhere people can ask you questions about Prison of Plastic? You can check out the Twitter. That Erased Twitter.
Yeah. Any opinions on the anime/manga Fairy Tale? They're not positive. I have to go through all the openings for an opening list that I'm making. Are any of them good?
Yeah.
Would I ever consider making a game? Yeah, I have like 3 video game concept ideas that I think are good enough to warrant existing. I don't think I'll ever make them because I don't have any experience. I have great design sense, but and I've actually taken some game design classes, but I don't know.
Like, it's just, like, making a video game is, like, a bigger step than, like, making a book, or I feel like even for you, making an animated series, I feel.
Making a video game would be less awful than making Epithet Erase, but it would take 4 years.
Because you need someone to, like, know what they're doing, and you would have to have, like, a partner with you, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I don't have the skills to make a video game.
Yeah.
When polyamory eventually gets more representation in media, what are some things you'd like to see versus things avoided? Thanks for, like, a good question.
God.
But no, it's just, like, not to say every other question was bad, but that's, like, a solid real person question. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever done or administrated, like, a panel, like a Q&A panel at a thing, but, like every panel you'll get, like, 2 actually good questions. You'll be like, oh, a real one. I would like a lot more, like, couples where, like, one person is dating 2 other people, but, like, the other 2 are just, like, so, like, the me, Yam, Jay setup, like, I'd like that as an entry-level one, because I think that's very easy to understand. The trick is just not making any part of it, like, it's the same as not representing bi people in a gross way, where it's like, oh, but, like, this is very old hat, but, like, bisexual people, they're slutty sluts who are into everybody. It's like, no, we're just attracted to more than one gender. We're not necessarily, like, into dating more than one person at a time, unless you're me. To be honest, I can't even, like, polyamory is so uncommon in actually, you know, it kind of does have it as fucking Chainsaw Man with the
yeah, it's so wild that Chainsaw that's in Shonen Jump.
And that one, I would say that's not a great one because it's pretty sexually driven, but she is like, hey, I'm doing this for my girls, give them green cards, basically.
Give them an education, please, they're dumb.
It's, you know, it's like, I have like 1 or 2 notes on it, but could be a lot worse. It's not bad.
There's a manga I read that does have a polyamorous character that's just like, and it's presented like super positively. They're not the main characters, but there was this rom-com I was reading called it's not Meguro-san's First Time, and there's a side character, and he's just like, he just has all these, like, a couple of girls that follow him around, and he's just like, who are these? It's like, oh, these are my girlfriends, and they're like, what? And they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, I just have like a lot of love, and it's just like, it's kind of restricting to only have that for like one person. And then they go, are you okay with this, girls? And it's like, yeah, why wouldn't we be? And it's like, huh?
You know, okay, like, here, you know what I'd like to see, given the last 2 examples, which are like the first ones we thought of. I want to see more girl with multiple male or non-binary partners. Yeah. Because unfortunately, if you've got guy with multiple girls, and it's like, especially if it's in something like fucking, like Shonen Jump or manga, there's a good chance it's going to be co-opted by the fan base as like a stupid, dumb sex thing for like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, hang on, let me switch this song. It's got vocals. It's going to distract me. Ba-doop boop.
Reverse harems. I mean, it's I wouldn't call it that.
Yeah,
like,
it's not really what I'm looking for, but like,
yeah,
like either mixed genders throughout. So like again, like the me J Yam thing, because like I don't know, that just got so many anime do bad versions of like, you know, harem anime or like whatever. And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like actual healthy relationships. But I mean, even to get there, writers are bad at writing one like a monogamous healthy relationship that's done.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sorry, there were some super chatted questions that I didn't read. So, if you could design a Fire Emblem, what would I do? I am gonna make a video about that eventually. Ever heard of Dungeon Meshi? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to read it actually. I love how it looks. I love the art style.
Yeah, I read it when it first came out, but I just kind of like fell off. So I don't know. I forgot to keep reading. It was cool. I don't know. I like when series have like fantasy biology shit going on, right?
Yeah.
And Dungeon Meshi is very much like, here's this fucking weird creature that doesn't have like, obviously it's not real, but we just make up like science about it. And it's like, yeah. Another series that does that is like Monster Hunter, where it's like all the monsters are just like, yeah, the reason he's on fire is because he secretes this oil and shit. And it's like,
yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah. Where it's like there's a biological reason that they can like do all these magical things, and it's like it's not magic, it's just science for the most part.
Someone's like, harems are polyamory's confused sibling. Harem is polyamory. It's legit. My problem is just that like the audience in anime and manga for harem stuff is gross, horny, like male teenagers, and that's who it's written for, and that's the perspective it's being written in. Like, I don't want that.
Very true.
And like most harems are like, you can only choose one. And it's like,
yeah, that's
I feel
not
like
the
a lot
point.
of harem, a lot of harem like stuff could just be like, why can't we just all be happy?
Yeah,
like,
and like if one person in a polycule isn't comfortable with their end having another partner, it's not a polycule. Like, that won't work.
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts about the whole, like, relationships. Just even normal, just here is a very stock standard. This is basically what the, like, the big wigs want to have. Just like, here's a male, here's a female, here, like, make a story like that. They even fuck up that in pretty much every single anime that I've seen. There was one that was like really like cute and very like, I'm actually just like into this person, they're into me, and working out their relationship in a way where like they can communicate and understand each other's feelings. I'm like, oh, that's great. And then they're just like, oh, season 2, they're going to have misunderstandings.
Us watching fucking Bunny Girl Senpai.
We're going to stick another person in there. They're going to be hot for the guy character. They're going to try to break them up and be like, be with me only, and then they have to go, no, I'm still with the original relationship. But that will take the rest of the season until the finale.
Here's a honestly, this is a good summary. A lot of harem stuff is just will they, won't they, but extended to 5 characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have to thumbnail another Fire Emblem series, I'll die.
Yeah, someone was like, I just was watching the Radiant Dawn streams, and I was wondering if there were, what's the next Fire Emblem games you guys are going to play?
No.
None. Never.
When they write another good one, Lamau.
I've thumbnailed like most Fire Emblem games, and I'm done. Hate it. Finding like some of them is just like finding assets for them is so fucking difficult because it's just like, yeah, we have these assets on the wiki. They're fucking blurry and small as fuck, and it's just like, doubt you can use it. And fucking God, don't get me started about their fucking logos, dude. The Three Houses logo sucks so much ass. It's just like I had to fucking edit it so much to make it look good on a thumbnail. Like,
legitimately, the Engage logo looks like it was made in 5 minutes.
Yeah, like.
Sorry for another will you make an X video question, but do you plan on making an edited version of your second Lemonade stream? I'm not sure. I've started. I've cut down like 3 hours of it already. It's just,
yeah.
It would have to be slightly different format. It's just not as good as the first one.
Yeah.
I think to make it good, I'd have to straight up cut out lemonades. because like so many of them are boring, and it's not as much of a roller coaster as the first one because most of them just suck.
Yeah, because you were trying to find the ones that you didn't grab already, so it's just like obviously those sucky ones are the ones that you had to grab left, you know. So
ever watched or heard of the Boys TV show? Great example of a piece of media that's like anti-Jello energy. It's so dark and like violent and cynical. It might be good. I don't know. That's a Will show. That's not for me.
yeah,
I don't engage with media that I know I'm not gonna like.
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
After your lemonade stream, do you still enjoy lemonade, or is it more of a chore to drink?
Oh, I've never enjoyed lemonade. No, mask off. No, I don't drink lemonade very much because I drink a lot of whatever I drink, and lemonade has a ton of sugar. Any indie or YouTube works you're excited to see more of? I feel like there's something that's some show that was an indie thing. I mean, Silk Song, but I'm willing to give them like 10 years of time. What do you look for in a story? It to be good.
Like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't think you can really go into a story, like, be like, what do I look for in a story? 'Cause it's just like, I don't know. There's so many stories out there that, like going, I only look for this. It's very limiting. So it's just like, you don't really know what you're going to, like, if you're going to like it until you experience it. And then it's just like, you walk in and it's bad. It's like stepping in dog shit. And you look down and you go, oh, fuck.
I look for negative plan Johnnies in anything that I watch. It makes it infinitely better. So, like, God, what's that freaking game called? Metal Wolf Chaos. Richard.
Can I have a topic? What do you think matters the most in a video game? The gameplay or the story? I mean,
Gameplay.
like, I feel like, I feel like, obviously the ideal is having like them both like interwoven. I feel like that's what Undertale did really good, right? Is like the story and the gameplay were all just kind of like connected together, right, into like one cohesive blob, right? I feel like having good gameplay and a boring story is more acceptable though, because then you can be like, at least this game is fun.
If you have a good story and boring gameplay, then you should write a book, or then you need to like it's not the right vehicle.
Yeah.
Because if your game sucks, it's just getting in the way of my enjoyment of the story. Whereas, like, I would rather have a really tight platformer with no story at all. Turn-based or action? I like turn-based.
I like turn-based a lot. Yeah. Like, I obviously I like either, but it's just like turn-based I feel like is something I go to. That's why I like JRPGs. Because the majority of them are turn-based.
Yeah, JRPG is one of my favorite genres.
Yeah.
Solid stuff. I actually, for a really long time, actually only wanted to do, like, gameplay stuff. I was like, story really doesn't matter. But that was back in the day where, like, story didn't really have focus. The Super Nintendo, N64, like, they really didn't care about the whole story thing. It was spectacle and gameplay, which I'm still very much about. But I've grown to respect and understand and actually go like, yeah, story is actually very important to gameplay. I don't think I'd like Hades as much if it didn't have its story. But like, I'm still very like gameplay first over story.
Oh, jeez. No thanks.
I'm also gonna go either way from turn-based or was it action?
Would I give Mutineers OC Stella a cameo in a future Epitheta Race novel? I would never set a precedent of canonizing a fan character, but like, it's fun to sometimes give nods to fan work in ways that don't matter. Like, I would never be like, this character definitely exists, but if Ramsey's just like, yeah, I was married once, kinda. Like, I think that's funny and wouldn't ruin anything, and people who know could be like, maybe that's Stella or whatever. But I would not go out of my way to do that. No, that's dangerous.
But Stella is a good one. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 would divorce.
Any recommendations for improving your ability to see the strengths and flaws in media? That's a hard question. Take AP English. Sometimes I don't know if I want, like, sometimes I wish I was stupid and couldn't just enjoy anything, to be honest. So it feels like take this poison so you can see how toxic everything is. Like, I don't know, do I want
Ignorance is indeed bliss, you know?
I will definitely say I am that way with movies. You can basically give me an absolute dog shit movie and I'll sit there and be like, that was fine.
Oh, I don't know if that's true, Piff. I have sat through some movies with you and you have had a time.
That one Scooby-Doo movie doesn't count. Like that second
It's backpedaling.
You know that second Scooby-Doo movie that was just like, we went back to the weird cat zombie island or whatever?
Yep.
That one, I was fine. Like, that was probably one of your worst ones out of the bunch. I was okay with it. It existed and I didn't feel almost anything. That's the thing about actually, like, caring and not caring about that stuff. Most of the time, I just kind of get this weird, like, mediocre, just like, I liked it enough sort of, like, mentality for most movies I see, and then, like, maybe 2% of them I go like, oh, that's pretty cool, and then, like, a very, very small percent just like, I hate this.
It's always like, with me. Only yesterday.
Really?
No, it is.
Only yesterday was so rough. God.
So many people, like, that's a controversial opinion, apparently. Like, people love that movie, and I'm like, why? Anyway, someone's asked a couple times, any advice to coming out to your family as trans? I'm sorry, I don't have any right to speak on that. I've never had to do anything like that in my life.
That's what I just typed. You should ask trans people because they would actually give good advice.
Yeah,
none of us here are indeed trans, so it's just like
there's a lot of trans people in our friend circle. We're not them.
We're not them.
Watched only yesterday with my ma. No implication whether they liked it or not, just my ma and I saw that one.
How strict is your editing process when translating anime camp into FZ Erased?
I'm willing to throw away most of anime campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on Velma? I'm not watching Velma for one fucking second.
I thought they were asking opinions on, like, the character, not that.
I made a video on that. You can watch that. If you're asking me about the show, I have no opinion on it. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm never gonna watch it. It's just everyone hate watching it, and then suddenly it's the #1 animated show on HBO. It's like, shocker. Wonder who came up with that plan. It's the fucking Disney live action pipeline. It sucks. Don't watch bad shit.
Yeah. Did YouTube actually give you trouble for the original Welcome to YouTube thumbnail? Nah.
No, I got rid of it because I want people to stop watching those. Also, it was such an ugly drawing. Are you kidding? Ugh. It's embarrassing too.
Spy Family is good until it stops being good. Because, like, I don't know. I read Spy Family manga in, like, a weekly format, so, like, obviously this is nothing on, like, the anime or, like, binge reading it, but my experience is, like, I don't know. They never really challenged the status quo from when I stopped reading it, and that was, like, a long time. I think, like, they're just now releasing, like, volume 10, which is around where I stopped, right? Desperately, I don't know, things need to change in this story in order for me to, like, keep reading it. And I'm like, yeah, I like the characters and I think it's good, but like, you know.
I can agree with that. Someone says pirate, then hate watch. If you're gonna hate watch something, definitely pirate it. But like at the same time, if you know you're gonna hate something, just don't watch it. Like I don't.
Yeah, you don't need that negativity in your life.
Like whenever I watch a thing that I hate as part of a marathon, it's because it's part of a marathon, and I can like put it on Patreon or make a video for money. Like it's my job.
Yeah.
Like I didn't watch Scooby-Doo Goes Hollywood with Piff because I was like, what, this will be a great time to watch this direct to VHS Scooby-Doo movie that for some reason's never gotten a recent re-release. And we watched it and we're both in physical pain. Like, that's not hyperbole.
It's not, surprisingly.
Damn.
If it was visual, I would get epilepsy.
You're right. You're fully right.
Damn. That's wild.
If I had to,
after the race character,
which one would I pledge my life to?
Yeah.
Of the characters as they are, Ramsey is the one I'd be happiest with as a partner.
Mira. Simple.
If you can age them up by... Oh, hey, Baron. If you can age them up by like 30 years, I think I could possibly enjoy being married to what I imagine this specific Phoenica would be like in 30 years. Because she gets less cop and a little more cynical. But even then, I'd still probably pick Ramsey. Also, if, you know, 10 years on Lorelai, and if she gets like some medication and therapy, then like maybe. Couldn't do Indus, couldn't do... No, Yumta's way too much. So, the characters who I'm like into in the way that I'm like, I love Yumta. Like, that's very different from... It's like, love this character. I think they're attractive and they're a character I love to watch. Very different from which character would you marry? Like, yeah. That's a completely different question. Scooby-Doo Yu-Gi-Oh! GX crossover. You can say any words in any order.
Those sure are next to each other. Yeah. Look, man. I can fix Mara. Trust me, man.
Mara's too prickly for me, but I respect the Mara pick. I think Mara's definitely one of the more... I think Mara's a much better pick than, like, Zora.
Oh, yeah, like, Zora's...
Like, if you want to bang Zora, A+, go for it. But, like, if you have to be domestic with one of them, definitely Mara. And Mara would still be bad, but, like, you could maybe work it out with Mara.
Any JRPG recommendations? Dragon Quest XI.
Despite how much I bitch about them, the Cold Steel games are so fucking fun.
Yeah.
They're so frustratingly enjoyable. Cold Steel's so good when you don't got a bitch in your ear.
No, dude, that was me.
I know that was you.
I was playing through Cold Steel and I told no one. I was doing it until I finished it.
World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
That's a good one to champion. I don't know anyone else in the world who talks about that one.
It's probably the most, like, I wouldn't say underrated, but, like, unknown of the Final Fantasy games that, like...
Yeah.
I think people have seen it. There's so many people who have not played it.
I only know about it because I remember you playing it for the first time.
What advice would you give to someone who's questioning their sexuality and gender identity with very little idea on how to explore that identity? Realize there's no wrong answers and there's no, like, date by which you need to figure yourself out. You can always change your mind. Even if, like, you can figure out that you might be, like, gender fluid and literally changing constantly. Like, that's what Oz is. I believe Oz has identified as like he, him, and she, her, and both. I want to say there's been at least 4 separate phrases in Oz's life. So you can do that. Or you can just be like, I think I'm bi. Nope, actually I'm only gay. Actually I'm ace. Like, you can figure it out, etc.
There's no, like, fucking guy pointing a gun to you to say that, like, you know, you have to be one thing for your entire life. Do what you want.
Consume porn. I don't know.
Jello, is there a reason you don't play more multiplayer campaigns instead of commented voice acted single player games?
There's not a lot of good multiplayer games.
Damn.
We used to play
Third. I've never played it.
Aloha and I used to play a little bit of Overwatch.
We used to play Overwatch and then we went to TF2. We can't stream TF2 because we get like stream snipes. Then people say racist things. But yeah. It's I want to play some multiplayer stuff with Jello, but it's just like it's hard to find a game that I think we'd like both enjoy.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was doing like recording stuff for Paladins, and you're like, "Duh, Paladins!"
Oh yeah, I hopped on and played Paladins with you. Yeah.
And then you're just like, this is too easy for me, and left.
I was killing like 50 guys every like I was slaughtering like 50 kills, 1 death, and I was like, this is like I was having fun because I was just stomping these guys so hard, and I was just like, it got to the point where it stopped being fun stomping them so hard. So I was just like, you know what, it was fun playing with Piff for a little bit, but like I don't know. That's the thing. It's like sometimes when a competitive game like that is like too easy, it loses all enjoyment for me. I have the same problem with like Gundam Evolution, which is like another like Overwatch type game, where it's just like, yeah.
Will there ever be an epithet erase character for the lesbians that isn't stinky and mean? Sierra Saxon and Charles are both hot. They're both a lot in their own way, but like they're nice. Especially if you like a big titty lady. Bo's redesign of Sierra is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Someone else had a good question. Are Giovanni and his boys positive poly representation in media? No. I don't think Giovanni knows anybody has a crush on him at all. Like, would some of them be down if it were an option? Like, and everyone was aware? I bet. I haven't seriously thought about, like, what... Bo has made, like, joke comics about, like, a situation in which, like, Giovanni has been confessed to by multiple people. And he's just like, I don't know what to do about this. And I'm like, yeah, that would happen, but like, I don't know how that situation would resolve. Does Giovanni even know what sex is? Yes, but I don't think he's had sex. Giovanni didn't even clock in Lori's crush after he gave her his number. Yeah, he didn't do that so they could hook up.
Wow. We're not talking about Pokemon Giovanni. We're talking about Giovanni epithet erased by the book. Prison of Plastic.
Do you think the next epithet book will be a Kickstarter? No, I've got more than enough money. Is Gianni a top or a bottom or a switch? Don't ask me that. He's 19. He's never had sex.
He's a baseball player. There you go.
He's a shortstop. You want to ask me that shit for adult characters, maybe. For Giovanni, no.
This is cool, but who will be the protagonist for her horizontal pilot command arc? God.
I think Molly and Percy. Molly, Percy, and Rick. There's a lot of protagonists in that book. Especially, like, that book has, like, everybody in it. But I think the ones it's structured around are Molly, Percy, Rick, and, like, kind of Sylvie. Is Ramsey a top or a bottom? He feels like a service top to me.
He's a rat.
He's a rat. Ramsey's definitely banged people a couple times. Ramsey's got charisma.
Got the Riz?
He's got Riz. Haven't bought the Epithet books yet, but do you think Epithet Race books would be good storybooks for my students? I work with kids. Sorry about the questions I've been answering.
There's no physical books yet.
The physical book is coming out soon.
Soon, TM.
I don't think I'd say Prison of Plastic would be a good one. If the other two books that are going to precede it, if the novelized versions of season 1 were out, I would say yes. But you can just read Prison of Plastic, but like that's a weird place to start. Like, even if your kids are into it, they're going to be like, why does it start here?
You'd always show them the YouTube videos, and then hand them book if you really wanted to. But
you know, they used to call me Riz Ramsey around these spots. Is it Will? Will hates the word Riz, right? It's Will or Aram.
Will hates Riz. Will hates most modern slangs.
I can see the museum arc being a good classroom book. It's kind of based on a similar story that I was read in, like, I don't know, 4th grade maybe. That is about a similar thing of kids getting stuck somewhere, but it's a zoo.
Yeah. Like, Will hate slang. Aram tries to use modern slang to appeal to me. Like he's some sort of like.
And you shut him down.
Figure.
You shut him down horribly. Will the first 2 arc adaptations also have audiobooks? My plan is to outsource. I'm going to do like 1 chapter of each of them. And I'm going to outsource the audiobook creation to Sound Booth Theater because they make audiobooks. And I don't want to spend another 4 months doing that. It wouldn't be that long. Those books are going to be much shorter, but still. Meanwhile, I will be doing the audiobook for the next book after that. Toku is like Tokusatsu, like Power Rangers, Ultraman, Godzilla. Those aren't the same. That's true, I don't like any of those things, but like... those aren't a genre collectively. Those are all different things.
They're like filmed the same. Or at least, like, used to be.
Damn, more boys,
people in suits. Yeah. Godzilla is kaiju? Yes, Godzilla is a kaiju, but it was filmed with people in suits, which is pretty much what Tokusatsu is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I mean...
Under the same genre of special effects work? Yeah, pretty much.
I don't want to think about fucking Indus. I think Indus would be a generous lover, but I wouldn't be about it. I'm not into big guys.
Never need a condom.
What? Oh my god. I don't want a fucking iron barrier. We're both guys. We don't need a condom either way.
What? I can't get purgante?
What?
I can't get purgante?
Purgante.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's fine, Pip. You understand me.
I do.
Jello, you need a condom to prevent the spread of diseases. Why would I have sex with someone who currently has an STD? Candace canonically doesn't have one. We got it. Word of God, safe sex. Also, I don't know if you've met me. If someone's got a STI and I'm sleeping with them, it doesn't matter. They could be in armor and I'm getting it. Have you met my immune system? I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Sand attack. Who an epithet?
Confirmed your monk fruit.
Sorry, go ahead.
Have you ever fully confirmed your monk fruit allergy, or are you still on only going off of the one time you threw up when having it?
Every time I consume any sort of monk fruit, I get queasy, so I just assume I'm allergic to it. I don't need to make myself vom again. Who an epithet gets pegged? Naven.
There you go, guys.
Like, there's your obvious answer. I don't know who else you thought I'd say.
By who? I wonder. I fucking wonder.
We already knew that,
chat.
Jello.
Yeah, chat. Yeah, chat. Like, you're just asking by who. You already fucking know.
You
chat.
know.
Or are you asking? Stop. Ask some questions that you don't know the fucking answers to. Okay, chat. Huh? Maybe discover some new lore. Huh? Ever think about that? we can't keep going down the same fucking road every single time, chat. Okay?
Does Naven even like Yumta? No, they're hate married. What do you think?
What is this? Some kind of prison of plastic? Yeah.
Okay, favorite bug? Firefly. Also praying mantis. I really like mantids.
God damn. Put that on the wiki.
Do I like sandbox games? If there's like stuff in them to do, yeah.
I suck at making my own goals in sandbox games.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking like open world games, like Breath of the Wild. No, I don't like Minecraft type games where you have to make your own stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, where you have to make your own goals. I suck at that. I
like video games as a crafted media experience someone else made for me, and experiencing a thing the way it was supposed to be made. That's why I don't like multiple endings. It feels like someone's just going like, I don't know, you decide. It's like, no, it's your job. You write a story. The only time I like multiple endings if it's like I think it's a game called Nobody Has to Die, which is a game with in-universe multiple like universes where you have to hop through all of them, and you can like you have to go through the game and save everyone like one by one to get all their perspectives, and then you can do a universe where you save all of them. Like, that's one story. That's good. I like that. But anytime it's like Star Fox Assault, where it's like, in this ending, Fox and Falco become Mpreg or whatever. That doesn't happen, by the way. But it's like, in this one, Andros comes back as a zombie. It's just like, these are all meaningless. This sucks. I hate it.
Favorite extinct animal? You. I reached the screen.
You'll be my favorite.
How was the date last night? What do you know about that?
What?
Go away.
Go away.
Who are you?
What are you doing in my house?
Vixen. What did they say that I was on a date?
Snitch.
It was nice. We watched videos.
Yeah.
What do you think about death? Glad it's there. Be rough if that weren't part of the system.
Let's see, what are fucking good questions?
What's the most trouble you've ever been in? When I was in middle school, this 8th grade, I was really low on our friendship social totem pole. I was not popular and had a bad time and did not like myself. But in like the friend rankings, I was like second from bottom, and number one, like bottom guy and third from bottom guy hated each other, and they had a boxing match one time, and people filmed it.
What?
I don't know. And they filmed it, and they gave it to me to edit and export, which I did on a YouTube channel that doesn't exist anymore. And it was a video called "The Fight!" exclamation point. And I uploaded it, and then word got around that it was out in the middle of a day in like school day. And we had a substitute in a class that gave out laptops so we could research something. So obviously everyone in like the whole grade ended up watching it. We had like 300 views by the end of the day, which was pretty crazy. And the school board heard about that, and they were like, everyone filmed, everyone watching this, everyone involved with this, come to the office right the fuck now. You're all getting suspended. So, which is, I don't think they really had any jurisdiction to do that, to be honest, because it wasn't at school. It was like a completely independent event, but my school was like that. So they did that, and they were like, and whoever, this wasn't my name at the time, but they were like, whoever Jello Apocalypse is, you also come down here and get suspended. And I was just like, no, you don't know who I am. And I didn't get in trouble, but that would have been the most trouble I was in.
Yeah. God. I don't know. I've never really gotten like massive trouble with this because I've avoided it. Just preface things. Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. It was my senior banquet. And one of my friends brought a flask of alcohol and got drunk at the banquet. And what he did was there was like a class, you know, it was like class of like X, you know, it's just like, and he tried to steal it, and he dropped it on the ground, and it shattered right in front of a cop, and he was just super drunk. And then he tried to like pick it up and like put it back on the table and pretend like nothing happened, right? And so obviously he got arrested and everything, and we were like, oh shit, inside of his van is a shitload of cocaine, acid, and weed, and a bunch of other alcohol. And so what we did is we left the banquet early, broke into his car, grabbed all that stuff, and then drove off, and then periodically threw that stuff out of the window in random places.
Yeah, I remember when I was
gotten very big trouble.
Yeah, when I was developing Sweetwater, which is a shitty realistic setting, I remember. Oh crap! I asked Aloha. I was like, "Hey, where in this section of the town would drug deals happen?" And you were like, anywhere you wouldn't think they would, just anywhere extremely obvious, like that a cop wouldn't just be checking out all the time.
Yeah.
Just like at the park, like it wouldn't be somewhere shady or cartoonishly drug dealy.
Threw it out the window. I mean, what else were we gonna fucking do? Keep it in the car? Like, what if the cops? I don't know, man. Like, first off, we could have if the cops saw us do it, we could have like gotten arrested for like, I don't know, tampering with like
possession
or whatever.
I mean, it's cocaine. It would have been a like bad.
Yeah, cocaine, acid, just like a lot of shit. Yeah, it wasn't like a small amount either. Like that would have, that's like life-ending kind of stuff. So we managed to get it out, and thankfully, all of our friends just got like, you know, trafficking or something, you know.
Why not just let that one guy take the fall? Because he was Aloha's friend.
Because I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, why? Like,
because okay, chat. You see that someone's life can get ruined at like the age of 18, right? Like, if he got caught for that, his life is over, right? That it's like over, right? And it's like, do you have the power to step in and stop this guy's life from being completely ruined, and you don't do it? Like, I don't know, man. I could handle it. I could do it. And I did it. Because I'm a homie at the end of the day. That was also the moment I was like, you know what? I should probably calm down. I should probably stop this shit. But yeah.
What are my thoughts on Minions or just Illumination in general? Hate that studio. They exclusively make, like, stuff that's pumped out to be as hyper marketable as possible, and it's awful.
I fear you might get in trouble for confessing that stuff on stream. Or what are they gonna do? Watch this stream and like arrest me for a fake story? I look at the camera. Like what? Like,
bro, we had to throw all this coke away in Minecraft, and
yeah, like, and that was like what? Fucking God. Years ago at this point, right? Like they have no proof that like I did any of this. They don't have any proof that this shit is true. People
honestly,
make up
also
things online all the time.
With just assisting getting rid, like, destruction of evidence, I don't even know.
Yeah.
The statute of limitations might already be up on that.
Yeah, like it's like what are they gonna do? Find the cocaine? That shit's gone. Some homeless guy got it. I don't know. Like, drug statute of limitation is only 3 years. Yeah. It's fine.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine.
Yeah, like
Give the exact intersection at which you threw that coke.
you try to find it like the One Piece, bro.
I left everything my friend had in, well, really along a whole street. Set sail for Whole Street. There might be some coke left in the grass, provided it didn't rain for like 8 years.
Yeah.
What's the spookiest thing that ever happened to me? Nothing spooky. Oh no, I do have one actually.
Yeah.
So also this answers another question. Someone was like, what's the scariest thing you've ever happened to you? / like, do you believe in ghosts? No, ghosts aren't real. And I'm saying that as someone who has visions of shadow people. That's just a thing I deal with.
Yeah.
And one time pretty soon after my grandpa died, like within the week, I used to sleep with my sliding closet door open and the light on, and I woke up and there was a full-on shadow apparition of a guy, just like black and transparent. And I was like, oh shit, a ghost. So I got up and went to touch it and it dispersed, because that's what happens with sleep paralysis creatures. If you touch them, your body's like, oh, that's not real, and it stops sensing it. And for a long time after that, I was like, oh, cool, I can see ghosts. Like, I have the gift. So I started, like, consuming all ghost media and, like, genuinely trying to study and, like, seeing if I could recreate that. Because I was like, that was probably my grandpa. And, like, even as, like, an 11-year-old, I was like, oh, no. Ghosts, at least as depicted by popular American media, aren't real. Like, I would just read the stories and be like, this is always the same thing. It's always made up. It's always like, oh, this appeared on a camera. And, like, even as a kid, I'd be like, this is how that would happen. Like, all ghosts are just common, what do you call this? Human brains process things in the same way, which is why ghosts are universal and every culture sees them. Because, like, if you're in the dark, your brain imagines faces in the same way, whether you live in, like, Mexico or Vietnam or Canada or wherever. And, like, every single common ghost thing is just, like, it's just that one. It's that. Especially now if you look at, like, once you know how, like, photography works or how audio processing works, and people be like, I caught a ghost's voice, and it's just like, that's 100% your, like, the cloth on your lav mic scraping it. And I know that because that would be a retake in my job, and I know what that sounds like because I listen for it for a living. But yeah, no, I will, like, wake up to, it's usually tarantulas. I get shadow tarantulas a lot, and they skitter on walls, and then I go from, like, wakefulness to, like, hyper alert, and then I'm, like, awake, and I'm like, God fucking damn it, there was nothing there. It's exhausting.
Yeah, the same stuff happened to me.
Jello, you you have a picture of ghosts. I remember that it was you and your family, and I think like a beach.
Oh yeah, no,
hyperimposed.
that's my great example of like anytime people are like, I caught a transparent person or a thing appeared. It's like, here is a photograph of me, my sister, and my dad, 2 separate photographs under specific lighting conditions where we are literally see-through. You can see the ocean through our bodies and we're fading away. And it's just like, that's just what it looks like sometimes. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
The scariest thing that has happened to me was I was walking home from my neighbor's house, because we actually just went to each other's house, hung out, played video games and whatnot. And it was like short enough track to just be able to walk back and forth. But it was like still a bit of a track, and between our houses there was like this sort of like close to the tree line of a forest and like a lot of tall grass. So
Were there Pokemon in it?
yeah, kind of. So we were in an area that it was uncommon, but still happened, foxes that were around. And one day when I was going home in the dark, because, you know, nighttime, I basically heard, like, rustling next to me, and I just freaking, loud as I could, yelled in that general direction and sprinted. And I could hear something still running behind me.
That was me. Sorry.
Why do you have 4 paws?
Because it would look silly if I had 3. Obviously.
No.
So I'm not quite sure if it was just excited that something else was running, or just like, you know, meal?
Yeah. I don't know. Ghosts aren't real. I'd know.
Oh,
Really
okay.
grew up in graveyards. I've been to like hundreds of funerals. Dug like 20 graves. I've taken care of like many gravestones and stuff just from gravekeeping.
How many graves
No
did you
ghosts.
fill with cocaine?
Ah. Who are you, the cops? I get arrested and then I before I'm executed, I tell you to find all my cocaine all in one piece. I was trying to find like a cool like one piece like thing where it's like it's in a whole bucket. But nah, ghosts
I
aren't real.
needed in 1 bucket.
If ghosts were real, I would be haunted, and I'm not haunted.
Yeah, and like, I tried to believe ghosts were real super hard. And like, I don't know, if you just have any level of pattern recognition and you watch any ghost thing, it's just like, oh, it's all bullshit.
All the graves dug, weird stat, but honestly sick, yeah. Look, man, if you ever want a good workout, digging. It's full body.
Digging is awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Gotta be careful though. Shovels be sharp.
Digging is a big piff energy activity now that you react to it that way.
Yeah.
Jello bro, Zach Baggins will have you believing. Why is he gonna pay me $100 million to lie?
Yo, dude, I'll be a believer for money.
What is the worst restaurant experience I ever had?
Oh.
My grandma likes bad restaurants. That's her favorite meal type. So for her and my birthday, we have the same birthday, and I have to go to all her places every year. I hate living in Illinois. So we went to this place. God, it was called...
Yeah.
It had a name that was like Irish, but like meant shitty. But like, it wasn't a joke. Like, that must have just been the founder's name, and they were just like, I hope people ignore it. It was called like Malarkey or something. But it was like trying to be a nice restaurant. And it was like her 80th or 85th birthday, so everyone she'd ever met who wasn't dead yet was still there, and her whole family was there, and we were sat in a corner at the kids' table, even though I must have been like 22 by this point. And they were like, order food. I was like, okay. So I ordered a hamburger and some fries, and it took 2 hours because they did the thing where it's like, we can't bring out the food until everyone's food is ready, which, no, just give people food as it's done. Fucking don't, there's like 80 people there.
Yeah.
And, or like you need to serve everybody the same thing. If you're like at a wedding where it's like you can pick one thing or the other and we bring it all at once, that's fine. But
yeah,
if everyone's ordering their own shit off your regular menu, serve it as it comes. And this burger comes and yeah,
it does?
shut up. I knew you'd do that. This burger comes. I wish, you know what? It would have literally been better if it had cum on it, because I would have been like, that's gross, but like it was a hamburger that someone cooked and it just has cum on it now. But instead, it shows up and the burger, there's a pool of blood around it. And I was like, why is that there? And I look and it's like the rawest uncooked patty I've ever seen. Like it's the reddest burger I've ever seen in my whole life. And clearly it was sitting like that for at least 30 minutes because the whole fucking bun on the bottom is so soaked that the bun is liquid. The entire bun. And no one else's food looks like this. It's just mine. Everybody else's looks normal. And I was like, why me? I was like, gang, look at this. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And obviously the blood is like leaked onto the fries. So like I can't eat that either because it's an uncooked burger patty, which, bro, it's ground beef. Yeah. You gotta cook it all the way. You can't, if you eat a hamburger raw, fuck you. Steak you can eat however you want. Burger, different part of the cow. It's unsafe. And I don't know, it was just like liquid. They served me like a pile. And it was cold too. Like I didn't bite it, but I did poke it. It was cold. Horrible.
Yeah. My worst restaurant experience, I think, was like at an Applebee's, where we sat down and they were like, what do you want to drink? And we were like, this. And then we sat there for 3 hours, got nothing. You think this is properly prepared? You think the blood burger was acceptable?
So I have many stories.
That's true.
I can try to tell one that hasn't been said before.
Sure.
Alright. So, when I was in high school, I would really like to go to this kind of, like, part of a chain of just stores, pizza place. And they had this thing that I loved. It was this pasta, cheesesteak dish. I'm like, this is awesome. I love this thing. And I would go there often. Towards the end, the dish started tasting like off. What I mean by the end is that I learned this at the time that it started tasting a little off, that it was going to change hands. Somebody else was going to be the person that was going to be part of that particular, like, shop thing. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird, but like, whatever. Maybe it's just like my taste buds doing whatever. And then I kept eating there, and slowly but surely, you can actually see that the cheesesteak, the meat part, was getting like pinker and pinker every single time I went there. And I'm like, oh god, why is it like this? And the person there was like, I don't know. It was definitely the new guy that's going to be coming and picking up the shop. And my mom was like really on. I was like, you're fucking doing this on purpose. And I was that dumb kid of just like, no, it's okay. They wouldn't do something bad to me to like get at somebody else. That would be dumb. I now know that they were just trying to screw over the new like shop patron by poisoning the shit out of me.
What the fuck?
Damn. Kind of a power move though. Not gonna lie, I respect it.
Piff, have you ever had like a good food experience? It sounds like every time someone brings up food, you're like, oh, I can't eat matter. Oh, the last time I went to a deli, they served me an ancient bone necklace, and now I'm the bearer of the curse. Like,
I mean, like, when Aloha's like, oh man, I sat there for 3 hours, like, yeah, that happened. It was very funny for me, because we're at, like, a very, like, my brother's, like, 21st, like, they're just like, I'm gonna have, like, a nice wine thing. We went to, like, New York to specifically do that. It was, like, the one time we went to a fancy restaurant, and they kept coming up and were just like, are you guys, like, are you here for the thing? Like, yeah, we ordered. Or is our food there? Like, oh yeah, we'll get to it. And they kept going back like, sorry, our food is still not ready for you.
Food broke.
And then like at a certain point, the guy who like owns the place like, are you guys okay? Can I do anything for you? Like, the food would be great. But like, yeah, we're having a great time here. Don't worry about it.
There is a sine wave of restaurant badness wait time where it does become funny after a little while.
Yeah. There was a time as a kid, also at Applebee's, that my parents went into the restaurant and forgot me in the car.
Oh.
How?
Yeah. You know.
Jello, do you like going to restaurants? I like ordering from restaurants.
I like going to restaurants with friends, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't have any flesh friends anymore. Not after the accident.
Tamps the soft earth with his shovel. There was this one restaurant I worked at that the owners run the place so into the ground in 3 months, pissing everyone off so badly that, no joke, 12 people quit in a month. Bankrupted soon after. Is that the fucking Dunkin' that Aloha worked at?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God, I thought you were going to bring up my Duncan.
No, Aloha has more experience with bad Dunkin' than you do. You just have one notable experience.
I worked there for like 2 months. Sucked ass. Every second.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then Jello descended from the heavens with angelic choir and said, "You boy, you make Roll20 map." And I say, I take off my hat and I put it over my chest and I go, "Yeah, I make Roll20 map."
Lisa!
Yes. Yeah.
With the Roll20? Cool! For a little guy like me!
I don't know why I'm making it sound like this.
I mean, I can't. I appreciate it. That's what I was going for.
Jello is rich. Time to consume. I try so hard to give away as much of my money to good causes as I can.
Like me.
I mean, like today.
I'm a
this
good
is
cause.
This is gonna sound like fucking bragging, but like I returned my stupid thing from Best Buy, from the stupid smart monitor that didn't work, and I was walking out and a guy, because there's a billion homeless people in LA, and a guy's like, "Hey man, just trying to get some food," and I was like, "I literally don't have my wallet on me, sorry," because I had my hands in my coat pocket, and I had my phone and my keys, but no wallet. And he was like, "Okay," and I assume he thought I was lying, but like, what are you gonna do? And I walked towards my car, and I was like, "Where is my wallet? Is it in my car?" And I checked my like short pocket. And was like, "Oh no, there it is." So I ran back and gave him $40, just cause like I don't use cash, and like that guy needs food, so I don't know.
If you're so wicked, why don't you conjure 550k to animate Prison of Plastic? Money isn't the issue.
It's part of the issue. But I don't want to do it either. Like, I got shit going on. Coke or Pepsi? Coke.
Yeah. Like, Coke is like a common thing where it's like I will drink Coke like often. Pepsi is like I'm feeling a little bit nostalgic, you know. I take a sip of Pepsi and I'm like, ooh, that's Pepsi.
I'll take a Pepsi.
Oh God, I ordered every single flavor of Mountain Dew from my local gas station.
Oh my God, yeah, how's that working out?
So what? It's going good so far. So they didn't have Spark, which is a specific flavor. So I got Voltage instead, which is one I think I know I hate, but I was just like, you know, for the like, you know, for the review, I guess I'll do it. And so got it from a place called Casey's, which has an exclusive Mountain Dew called Overdrive, and it is actually so fucking good. I think it's like citrus punch flavor, and I'm like, yo, this is actually baller. There's a drink called Voltage. No, it's Mountain Dew Voltage. I work at a Casey's, yeah, but that's great. And then today I at the start I drank one of the energy drink ones, like the citrus one, and I'm like, it kind of tastes like nothing. And today I drank Mountain Dew Live Wire, which is, you know, the classic orange flavor, you know. Voltage slaps. I don't remember liking Voltage, but I could be thinking of Whiteout. I don't know. But yeah, my Mountain Dew journey. It's going good.
I'm
saving like
good.
I'm saving like normal Mountain Dew and like Code Red for last because I know those are the ones that I like 100% like a lot. So, but yeah, go on.
Most sodas, I'm gonna have to enjoy like scented candles.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh man, that's a good smell.
Oh God damn it! The building I needed literally just got taken over. So Piff, I don't think I've ever asked what condition do you have that
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
Nope. All I know is my innards hate it. It is very easily tracked. When I do that, it has a consistent "this happens." But weirdly, so far that I've tested, honey seems to be fine. And I don't know why.
I'm sorry, Piff, but you're a bee.
Oh.
That would be pretty bad for his relationship. Glass is allergic to everything bee adjacent.
Oh no.
That's what I realized when I had honey. I'm like, wait, this works? Oh.
Uh-oh.
Damn. Fuck.
Piff calls Glass honey one time and she dissolves into goo.
No!
I'm a sponsored YouTube ad? What's that mean?
Buy honey!
Buy honey. Buy my book.
There's this sign I love on the way to small town across the lake from Chicago called New Buffalo, Michigan, where it's just a big billboard and it's been there for like 30 years and it just says blueberries! Like for the concept. Not go blueberry picking here at this field, not buy Driscolli blueberries. It's just blueberries! You gotta have them! And I love that.
Dylan, friends, what's your worst high school story?
I can't beat Aloha's cocaine car.
There was a lot of racism in my school, and I was a very funny guy. So naturally, all the camouflage wearing guys hated me. And I remember I was just chilling outside, and we had like a food court outside. And I was just like, you know, I was chilling there. Very obvious who I am. I'm wearing sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt. And like 3 guys in camo walk up to me. One of them has a tire iron, and then go, "You that Aloha guy?" And I go, "Nah, dude, I'm Barry. If you're looking for him, he's over there." And then they walk away, and then I fucking dip. I'm like, ugh.
Oh no, it's really bad.
But on a positive story, I used to have a friend with a
named Barry.
A camouflage
used to
truck.
have.
I used to have a friend with a camouflage truck, And so whenever we'd go out after school, right, to go to like parking lot and stuff, we'd always be like, "Oh no, where's your car? Oh god, we don't know where your truck is," and everything. And because obviously it's camouflage and we're so funny. But one day, I steal his car keys, and then I take his truck and then park it on the other end of the school. And so what we do is we go out there, and he's like, Where's my truck? And all of us are like, what do you mean? It's right there. And then we go to like Wonder Woman, pretend like we're getting in the truck.
That is extremely funny.
Oh man. I fucking love that story so much. Because he was like genuinely panicking because he thought someone stole his car. I mean, someone did steal his car, but it was me, so like, you know. But
I guess no, I don't have a story that tops that easily. But I've told this a few times, but I guess this is a new audience. In high school, I guess I had this kind of aura where people didn't like when I looked at them, just in general. Like I could just glance at them and they'd be like, "Fuck off!" And I'm like, "All right."
damn.
And there's this one girl that was particularly upset about me looking at her. And she had a small posse of boys that really took her opinion and then really made it their own. So I was in gym class. There was a teacher there was like, "All right, we're going to be doing, I don't know, fucking badminton. These badminton rackets keep getting dented. Don't dent those fucking rackets again, I swear to God." I'm like, all right. I'm a tall kid, so they put me in front, and whenever the thing went over the net, I would like just reach up and spike it down. And apparently one of her friends was real upset at me about spiking a bird down and
A
not
shuttlecock.
hitting him. A shuttlecock.
Oh, you said
And he was so enraged that he went over making an angry sound and started slamming the racket into the side of my leg, denting it inwards, making it look like Pac-Man.
Damn. Strong leg.
Yeah, no, my response was looking at him until he left, because I know it pisses people off.
Yeah, I guess if you don't react to something like that, what are they gonna do?
He
More
eventually
violent?
stopped and walked away, but the interesting cherry on top was I wasn't going to say anything because I didn't care. And the teacher's like, "What did I tell you about denting your rack? Look at this thing. What did you do?" And he'll point over to me and he's like, "He did it." And I'm like, he went over to me and started beating that thing into my leg unprompted. You can literally ask anyone in this room except for his specific friend group, and they'll tell you the exact same story because everyone saw it.
Yeah, like I don't know. Teachers probably would have like, "Oh, it's just Piff." Like, why would Piff do that? Why would Piff do that?
Piff seems like a really innocuous student who teachers would hate for no reason at all to me.
Damn.
Like, just, I don't have a reason for that other than like, I've known people like Piff who teachers just had beef with, even though they never did anything.
Oh, so here's the thing about me and teachers. I would do things that would piss off most teachers. Like, I have a hard time paying attention in general. So, like, I would be off in my own land constantly. But for teachers who are just like, "Oh, he's, like, gaining enough knowledge, like, he's paying enough attention that we just became cool with each other immediately." The only time where teachers have ever been, like, upset at me is, like, I wouldn't do the work because I wouldn't. Like, homework specifically. Like, I would do everything in class, but just homework I would just never do. And, English teachers hated me. because I was dyslexic and no one wanted to teach me English and just kept getting upset at me that I wasn't doing well.
Yeah. That's how it be.
Yeah, I had chronic never turn in homework disease. I would do it and then I'd leave it at home, which is the worst.
That is pretty bad.
Yeah, and then like my mom would be like, most kids like do homework and then struggle on tests, and you get like an A+ on every test and get a 0 on all your homework. And I'm like, yeah, because you just pay attention in class and then you get an A+. It's easy.
Yeah, I feel that. Homework is just like another like extra step on shit. I'm like, dude, like just like let me take tests and I'll like ace that shit. It's just like ask me to remember to do something at home, I'm gonna forget at home.
Kids have too much homework in high school, especially.
Yeah, I had a lot of homework in high school. Mostly it was just like there were obviously homework teachers and there's like no homework teachers. There's no middle ground, right? Or it's like this teacher would send out like a worksheet like every day, and then I'd be in the class like before then doing the worksheet or copying it from someone else or some shit,
Do I have any good stories of getting revenge on someone who did you wrong? No.
No.
Trying to remember.
The best one you got was literally that time where somebody hit me with a racket, and my revenge was telling the teacher he's lying about me doing anything to the racket. That's it.
I wouldn't call it revenge, and like, I don't know. A lot of people have been assholes to me, but I learned judo. That was great. That's a revenge. Always recommend learning martial arts. It's very rewarding. Very good for you mentally too.
Best revenge I got was in TF2, where someone got a kill streak and I killed them back, and I got
Damn, true.
Yeah. I got him.
You're a black belt in Taekwondo? Damn. Legs. I wish I could do Taekwondo. But my legs are short. Obviously, you don't need to have long legs for Taekwondo, but it's just like, I don't know, why do a martial arts if your body isn't like built for it? It's pretty much my thought, but yeah.
In Overwatch, I played a lot of Mercy, and I know Pips was a joke on the revenge thing with TF2, but anytime someone was like, where were you on that healer? And it's like, you're the only healer in a team of 6 or whatever, and you're healing someone else who's like actively taking fire, like the tank. I would always make it a habit, if someone on our team was toxic, I would fly over to them with Mercy, say hello, and then fly away anytime they were in danger.
I remember when we were playing TF2 Jello, and there was that spy that was an asshole to us. And so what we did is we were both playing, like he was like talking about it, was like, God, Meta, can you ever pop your fucking Uber? And so we both switched to, both switched to Medic, and then we started healing the spy when he was disguised, and like Ubering him and then un-Ubering him when people were trying to shoot at him or something. Oh man, that was great. I love being toxic in video games. It's my worst trait. I'll never be toxic to friends in video games, but random people I'll never meet ever again. Yeah, like not like vocally toxic, like typing in all chat and telling them they suck, but like I'll spam taunt. Love spam taunting. It's great.
I've told you I hate you for that.
I'll never do it to you, Jello, but
doesn't matter. Someone out there, some innocent bystander walking by you, screaming over and over again. They've got misophonia. Like they'll be on your team. Be like, I wish I could boot this guy. I don't care that he's carrying.
Like man, suck.
I do something equally aggravating to Jello, but on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Where I will try to befriend the other team.
That's way less irritating because your thing is actionable.
Man, It's all about the tactic to win. Okay. I gotta tilt them, and then I win. Look, if you get tilted, you've lost. It's easy. It's how games are.
The worst thing in like an
game.
Overwatch style game is like winning and having like a pretty good game, and then like one of the people on your team will like start saying some mean shit to the other team, and it's like, oh, I wish we lost. Oh, this is all you have. Oh, I want to take the back of your head and slam it into the edge of your desk. I wish you were dead.
I never go GG easy. The only time I go GG easy is when someone does it to me. Like I used to play Overwatch with Tiny, and we were like really good, and so it was like this thing of like we would just be casually playing, like talking about it, and then some guy like in one of the rounds would just be like GG easy, and then me and Tiny would just go silent, and you could just hear us like sitting up in our chair and trying our asses off after that point, winning, and then just rushing to type GG easy in chat. God. I miss playing Overwatch with you and Yam. Too bad Overwatch sucks.
Yeah, Overwatch is horrible. Better characters design and personality wise, TF2 or Overwatch? TF2, it's like
TF2.
Not a competition at all.
God, dude. Fucking, they added Kiriko to Overwatch, and Jesus Christ, have I never encountered a character in a video game that I hate the personality more. Like,
Wow.
I don't know, it's just something about it. It's just so fucking nothing.
That's
but
how
trying
Yam
to
is
be
with
something.
Tracer.
Yeah.
My favorite is fucking someone was just like, hey, check out this new Overwatch character that got added. I've never seen porn of her. That's how you know she's a failure. And I was
Switch
like,
to
you're
Paladins.
right. Honestly.
No, I'm not gonna switch to Paladins. Like fucking God. I alpha tested Paladins. I was in it from the fucking very get-go because I was a semi-pro Smite player, and so I got access to the fucking Paladins. That's why I'm in Paladins. I'm just Aloha. No like added shit. I grabbed that name like instantly, right?
I'm in Paladins and Smite. Winks.
Shut up! I know you voiced the Moth, not the Mothman.
I'm like 7 characters across those 2 games at this point. Smite's probably the one with gods.
Yeah.
I'm all 4 Toon Cthulhu's, and Amu's and Cobb Mothman, and then I'm like Surfer Koga in Paladins, and then there's like a voodoo doctor guy. He's like a Skellebones. I'm that.
Yeah.
So, I do actually remember one time that I took revenge. Now, again, this is a video game, but it's still an entertaining story for me. So I was playing Final Fantasy XIV. I was playing with 3 randos, and I was a healer. And I went in and I immediately hit like the this is back in the day where you had to like buff everyone straight at the beginning. I did the like all defense thing, and one person loaded in faster than me and ran past the like AoE field of my like initial thing. And then he was like, "Dude, you gotta freaking like buff me like immediately." Like he went in, left the range, and then typed that out before I could even like fully load in, basically. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be like one of these games, weird. Alright, so I've been like trying to like buff him, and then like the entire party just splits from each other and goes everywhere in the dungeon, so I'm like running back and forth trying to heal people. Been getting yelled at the entire time, going like, you're buffing wrong, you're not like healing correctly, so on and so forth. And I'm like, no, I've been playing this long enough, that's just not true. And these guys are getting like more and more irritated that I was playing the best that could possibly be done with the character, and that's it, question mark. So I was like, man, this guy's like really uppity about everything. Like, if I give him a buff, he gets angry. What if I do this on purpose? What if I play the game just slightly unoptimally, just to like give him a buff? And I did that, and this dude exploded. It was the most fascinating thing I've ever seen, where, like, I was doing my job, but, like, gave this dude, like, I think it was like an archer or something like that, like, faster attack rate, and he's just like, God, what the fuck, you shouldn't be doing that. And I was just sitting there, like, almost just grinning to myself, like, this guy's going absolutely bonkers for the most normal thing. And then, like, we finally ended all this stuff off. Like, he's been typing up a storm. Like, I can't really, like, play and also, like, type the message without just standing there like a statue for, like, 10 seconds. So I just had to not respond for the entire time. And he just gets, like, super... He's like, what do you have to say? I'm like, thank you for the tips. And then I left. And this guy was going bonkers, and I loved every second of it, of just giving this guy like little buffs, and he just getting madder and madder about it.
Yeah, the best way to make toxic players actually angry is to like be left of how a normal person would respond, like unending, like bizarre kindness. It always makes them so much madder than anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I forgot this is a 5-floor cog building.
5 floors?
6-floor cog buildings take so long. You voiced Skeleton Moji, okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was cast for that one. Based on the voice reference, I was like shocked no one better ended up auditioning. That's still the only LA-centric thing that I booked since I moved here. Oops.
It is fascinating to me, the level of, like, want and care that's in a video game, where, like, it honestly doesn't matter that much. Like, you ever notice that, like, some people are just like, make sure you do optimal things or else I will get pissy?
Sweats.
Like, even if it's, like, less than 1%, like, difference in optimization, it's just, like, people will still go nuts.
Sweats. I will forgive like suboptimal play. It's the thing that pisses me off is eating other players' time.
Yeah.
So like that's why in Toontown when people don't lock in, I'm like, what are you doing? Just hit the button.
What? Yeah.
Like, that's pretty fair for the most part. Like, if you're keeping people up and whatnot. There is, like, some things that are, like, a little bit more... Like, as long as they're not being toxic towards those people, I guess that's fine. It might not be, like, the emotionally most healthy thing to have, but, like, that's still, like, a reason to be upset about something. There, again, Final Fantasy XIV. If you actually, like, go through a dungeon and don't, like, do full pulls, most of the time people will just start yelling at you. Even though that you either might not be, like, fully geared for the situation, or just might not want to do something so dangerous or, like, high action.
Yeah.
And people will go freaking apeshit on you.
Yeah, people be crazy. I love doing fucking giant ass pulls in Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, it is fun. I'm so happy every single time that I like play the puller, the tank.
Mm-hmm.
That immediately at the first match is like, all right, what kind of pulls do you want? And people, like, even if they say full pulls, they appreciate the question.
Yeah.
Like, because there's sometimes people just want to, like, take it easy. They want that option. But God, if you ever ask me to full pull, I will go max ham, I tell you.
I will press W key and just go.
Alright, if you guys want me to sound.
You guys want me to sound? I'll sound.
Yeah, the thing I can't stand is like I don't mind if someone like locks in immediately and they're like, oh shit, I did my math a little wrong. Like that cog is still up. But if someone's like taking 25 seconds every attack, it's like you're quintupling the length of this encounter. Anything you really want a voice for? I'd like to play the villain in Beastars.
Yeah. I'd like to voice Jello.
Give it your best shot.
I hate this piece of media. Is that good?
I hate that impression.
I hate that impression. I don't know. I'm not that great at impressions.
Got him.
Everyone's got like that one Piff voice. You know, everyone goes for that one Piff impression every time.
It is pretty great. Everyone just goes, "Oh, it's me, Piff."
Oh,
Like every single time. It's nice, actually.
What's your favorite project you're working on that you can talk about? The only one I'm working on I can talk about is the Bomberman Jetters video. And I'm waiting to get my computer fixed.
what? The real bomb is in
Kind
your
of
heart.
like sad that Piff's dealing with garbage, but also when you were like, there's a delay on me getting the last chunk of footage, I was like, oh great. A mental excuse for me to be okay with not working on this quite yet. Even though that wouldn't really be an obstacle, and like, had I finished the script, which I haven't done, or recorded it and edited it, which I haven't done, I could do like 90% of the video.
Are you watching any shows for your Patreon view at the moment? We plan on doing a book club at the $5 tier, where me, Jello, and Bo is joining us as well. Where we're going to be watching not watching One Piece. God forbid that.
Oh my
we're
God,
gonna be reading
no.
We're going to be reading the One Piece manga, and we'll be streaming it privately to the Patreon. So you, viewer, can read One Piece alongside of us, and you can tell us your One Piece opinions, and then we can make a face at you. At the $5 tier, sub to Patreon. Thumbs up, Patreon. I don't know when that's starting. I need to get the art assets in.
Yeah, did you
excited.
give Bo a
No.
deadline? You got to do that.
You said that, and then I had all those computer difficulties, and it completely escaped my brain.
My voice recognition ability is weak. It's everyone's voice recognition ability is weak, apparently.
Wait, what?
No, that's just, I think someone was confusing the two of you, or like me and Piff somehow. It's just like, I can't recognize voices. I'm like, I don't get it. Couldn't be me.
How can you not recognize my voice?
I'd like to think I have a pretty like distinct voice. I don't know though, but not mine. I'm really good. I'm glad you're built different, Chatter. I can understand, like, Piff has a really nice, clear voice. I don't know if that's a joke or not, or if you're talking about me, but yeah, thank you for complimenting Piff. People need to do that more often.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. We get some Piff positivity in the chat right now. Some PP, if you will.
Someone being like, oh, I like my hot. Oh, I gotta kill another big fish. I just got one. Anyway, someone's like, you know, unlike Jello, I like this one character in One Piece, Sabo and Ace. I'm like, that's one of the stupidest writing decisions I've ever seen a creator do. Like, it's just indefensibly strange. Like, give me, like, imagine if in Star Wars, like, when Han gets frozen in carbonite, and then they, like, rescue him at the start of the next movie. Imagine if Han just died And like he gets in the carbonite and then they like drop him and he shatters. And it's like, oh no, Han. And then this like space door opens and a guy walks out and he's like kind of just Han again. He's like, my name's Bon. I have all the exact same powers as Han Solo. And all the same relationships. And it's like, it's funny he never mentioned you. And he's like, yeah, I was a secret.
Yeah. I like how Professor Jacob also has the jacket and no arms. It's hilarious.
If they did that, I would go on con.
I appreciate the fifth appreciation stream. Every stream should be fifth appreciation stream.
That's true.
That's true.
I did mention the other day, because like Lenti and I were both being like, Piff's great. And I was just like, I don't think I've ever heard a single human say anything bad about Piff. I think Piff might be the most likable person in our friend group.
Yeah.
I'm just appreciating right now.
Yeah. Is the horse doctor supposed to be wearing a straight jacket? No, the horse doctor just doesn't have arms. It's not a straight jacket. That's a doctor's jacket with like some patches in it because like he gets hungry sometimes, but like other than that.
Folo, it's really good. Someone made a good pun in the Toontown chat. I like, can I just point it out? How many times you guys see my horse doctor and like, where are his arms? Would you do that to a person in real life? Would you walk up to them and be like, where are your arms, bro? Where's the jar with your arms in it? Look at armless Brian over here. Think before you act. You might hurt
Once you
somebody.
learn the true reason for his hooflessness, you'll feel ashamed for your acts and deeds.
Where are you brining your arms, Brian?
Tonight's Monday. This is the end of Monday, right? Going into Tuesday.
Correct.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, fuck. Don't acknowledge time is passing.
I got scared because I have to get up kind of early on Wednesday, and I was like, oh, I really shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I have to take care of my dogs because my family's gone. So I pretty much stay up until like 6 a.m. Because I have to take the dogs out to like the fenced area outside, right? And that's how my schedule works because I can't get up early to do it. So it's just like I just have to stay up really late.
It sounds like misery.
It is, dude.
The misery.
That's why I ordered all those Mountain Dews at like 5 a.m. I was like, yeah, this is a 5 a.m. decision. Let's go.
Whoa. I don't know if that picked up on mic, but my body just made like a taser noise.
Oh.
Are there too many bread types? What? Who am I? God, the god of bread?
Like, I don't know, dude. I think having diverse bread is a very important thing. Like, I don't know, like, whenever someone gives me a different kind of bread, I'm not like, you gross. I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. Bread rating stream? Yo, bread and milk stream?
Why do you want to do a milk stream so bad?
Cause I don't know, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have never had different kinds of milk.
I thought you were saying, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know what milk is. And I need someone to tell me.
I desperately need it.
Do you think
What kind of milk?
Too many Gabbas. Oh my god, Zap does so much fucking damage.
Like,
Aloha.
yeah.
What milk? What kind of milk? You talking about like percentiles? Talking
I've
about
had, like,
chocolate?
I'm talking about like any milk. I'm talking about almond milk. Fucking
coconut milk. I don't think
Yeah.
it was cashew milk. You couldn't do a milk stream if you needed to do like the percentile of each brand. It would kill you.
Yeah,
Of each brand? Oh, jeez.
but it's like, you know, just like almond milk, all this other stuff. Maybe a couple of chocolate milks, you know, like
I guess
just to mix it up a bit. Soy milk, like there's a lot of milks out there.
I do have
Milk.
like I do have one milk opinion. which is
Yeah.
oh my god, I had it. I hate my fucking brain. Oh, I don't like Lucerne, the brand. Lucerne tastes. It's funny because I've had their like cheese stick cheese and like their spread cheese, and I've had their normal milk, and their milk tastes too much like cheese, and their cheese tastes too much like milk. Pick a direction, Lucerne.
On some pilk. I've had Coke milk before, and it's like, I don't know. It's not disgusting. It's like, it tastes like a float almost. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, it gets rid of all the fizz in the soda, and I'm like, I don't know. The fizz is kind of like the part I enjoy a lot.
Yeah, I like almond milk. There's a silk chocolate almond milk is quite good, but it's very
that
sugary.
sounds so good.
It is good. It's really sugary though, and like it's got a lot of good unhealthy things for you in it. Like it has like you know, like nuts have good fat. It's got like a lot of that, but it's got a ton of sugar in it, and
A ton of shit in it.
my body can take a lot of fat. Like my body actually craves fat, but my body does not like sugar. If I have too much sugar, that like turns into fat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I've never had like, any like warm tea either. I've only had like sweet tea. That's
Oh,
the
sweet
I've
tea
ever had.
sucks.
I like sweet tea.
They're-
That's because I'm from the south.
You
That's-
have to. You're from
Yeah.
the South. Nuts have good fat. Don't like that sentence. It's true. I don't remember
Yo.
I don't remember if unsaturated or saturated fat is the one that's healthier, but whichever one is good, that's the one nuts have. Thoughts on milkshake? Yo, if I want something, I've got lactose intolerance on like a chance table, and like normal milk 0% chance. And then like certain kinds of pizza, like 30% chance. Milkshake, 80% chance. Dangerous.
Aloha, did you mean cocaine milk? No, I meant Coca-Cola milk. But fair question considering where this stream was like an hour ago. But no, I'm talking like Pilk, but like not Pepsi. Yeah, I'm not lactose intolerant yet, but you know, I'm not much for sweets. So like ice cream and stuff, I've been getting more into it over the years, right? But like I don't know, I'm just not much for sweets. I like breakfast foods a lot. I like savory breakfast foods.
Ooh.
One of the good things about me being up at 6 a.m. was I could order McDonald's breakfast menu that isn't all day breakfast anymore. Which I'm always going to be pissed about. Like, come on, man. Why would you get rid of all day breakfast? Like, what about me, a guy who's not up during breakfast time? You know, what if I wanted bacon, egg, and cheese, huh? What, do you want me to go to Dunkin's? Fuck that.
Oh. Okay.
I love myself a nice breakfast sandwich. Get a freaking sausage, egg, and cheese between like a bagel.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna say, man, I love myself, and end the sentence there. And I was like, that's great, Piff.
Yeah.
Do you guys like pulp and orange juice? No, unless it's
No.
fresh squeeze. Like if it's like a literal, we just juiced this in the back. Except, you know what I can't stand in orange juice? If they add fucking calcium to it. Like they'll do that. It'll be like
calcium.
Like not in orange juice. It's like, yo, we added some some Vitamilk to this. And it's like, I wanted orange juice.
Dude, Vitamilk is my superhero name.
I guess there's worse ones. You could be good fat nut.
Yo, never mind. Chicken changing it.
I love calcium.
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna dip and take a shower and stuff.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been had a big fat nut, so I got.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Alright. It was nice talking to you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon. I'm gonna finish one more task. I am diabetic at Ralph's. They have this Kroger brand milk called Carb Master, and the chocolate one is tasty with very low sugar. It's so good. Kroger has some good stuff. Kroger is one of the few brands that has like their own lemonade, like their stock lemonade. Kroger lemonade's pretty good. And even the powdered kind is pretty good. That's rare. Thoughts on twerking? I can't do it. I have tried. Thoughts on...
I have not.
Thoughts on Tang? Looks gross. Do I love myself like Piff lives himself? I don't know. You know, doing a lob-up building? Fuck yeah.
True facts. I have a hard time loving myself.
Oh.
It's like, I always have a very set mindset of just being like neutral to like when a mistake happens, my brain kicks in, and I have a hard time going like, you actually did a good job, self. And I'm trying to get better at that, but it's been hard.
I have a lot of confidence and respect for myself, but I have a very hard time absorbing praise about my work, because I don't know, I don't value most people's praise because I find they give it too easily for things. Which is like not a fair thought, but like if I see someone go like, oh, I really like your thing, and then like somehow I'll notice they're also like, I like this thing that you hate, I'll be like, oh, it doesn't count then. What's my opinion on Elden Ring or Souls games? I've never played one. Both of my partners are really good at Souls-likes. Jay especially, he's like, this is the one game I'm really talented at.
I got into the Souls-like genre with Elden Ring, and I played a few other ones after that. I think Elden Ring is close to a perfect Souls-like experience that anyone can really get, be it old or new. From what I've played of the other Souls-like games, I have not played actually any of the other Souls games or Bloodborne or whatnot. I think it's probably the one that I would want to play. I feel like all the other ones would probably be a little too mean, in like a mean way, where like Elden Ring is mean in a like, I got you that time sort of way. I don't know how else to put it. Like it's mean in a tricky way instead of mean in a mean way.
Have I ever experienced lucid dreaming? Yeah, I could do it for about a year.
Yes, I have done some lucid dreaming. I haven't done it lately, mainly because I don't think I can really focus enough on dreams to, like, not just kind of ride the wave. But when I first did, it was very weird because my dream got very upset at me that I could be lucid. My dreams usually have a very consistent pattern, at least back in the day, where it's just like, if you paid attention to the dream, that the dream would basically like go like, well, it's time to wake up now. Time to eject you by having you fall. I'm like, great. Panic attack myself up in the middle of the night and be like, well, that was a dream. Neat. Nowadays, it's been real nice.
I have real bad chronic stress dreams and need to take 2 medications for them.
That sounds hard, like really hard, man.
What is my opinion on attractive designs in games where both men and women are designed to be very sexy? Any thoughts on how that should be handled? They should wear clothes. So often, like, everyone's like, designers are like, if it's skimpy, it'll be hot. And to me, I'm just looking there, it's like, that bitch looks cold. She looks like she's having an awful time, or like, why would she be wearing that? It's better if it's like equal gender rights sluttiness. It's definitely better. But like, I always find like a cute outfit way sexier than like, oh, she's in a bikini.
Yeah. I was very opinionated back in the day of just like, you can't have girls in skimpy stuff. You can't do that. And I looked at dudes like, you can do whatever. I don't care. And then nowadays I'm just like, I really shouldn't care about either of these. Though I will be definitely more critical about like general decisions and tropes that characters do, more than generally what they're wearing. And I think I would also be like, yeah, if you're going to like sexy one gender, equally sexy the other one. I actually had a really hard time with the like Food War anime or whatever the flip that was. Where they're just like, oh, making me eat this food makes me orgasm or whatever the fuck.
Oh.
And like, it's usually just like women, but every once in a while, they're just like, oh, men are just like, oh, this is incredible. But they had one of like an old woman that was about to take a bite. I'm like, oh, they're gonna do that for like an old lady? Like, that's kind of progressive in an anime sort of way. And then like she took a bite, and then they're like, no, let's flash back to her being young and then have her do that. I'm like, oh, you guys, kind of terrible, actually.
Summer and winter suck in Illinois, so that's objectively true, but autumn and spring here is so nice. I love the 55 to 60 degree weather. I don't know how to tell you that, like, everywhere else I've lived is just, like, that part of the year, but, like, 5 times longer than it is in Illinois. Yep. Alright. Signing off pretty soon. So, if you got more stuff, get it in. I like to be kept on my toes. I want to earn my nice weather. That's some American-ass mentality. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Like, if you want to appreciate spring, then you need to suffer. So you can just live somewhere where it's nice. Have I had braces? No, I actually want to get some. My teeth were perfect for a long time, but now one of my front teeth is like getting crushed from the sides in a way I hate. Illinois has interesting weather, but that's because it basically has the worst form of each type of season. Yeah. Have I played Zero Escape? No, my sister played them. She told me I wouldn't like them, and I trust her. If you suffer...
would you not like them? Oh, I think you would definitely not like 2 or 3.
If you want to suffer, just live in Detroit. I was in Detroit a couple times in the autumn. I thought it was pretty. Have I ever dropped a Christmas ornament? Not to, like, break it. I'm sure I've dropped, like, a plasticky one. Oh, nah, dang. They're all full. Alright, I can do CFO. Then I will end after this boss fight. Oh god. Oh no. I think some of these guys who are cute in this fight are fucking weirdos I encountered the other night.
Oh. What kind of pet could you see yourself having? A cat.
I could not keep a pet. If I had to, lizard.
Ooh.
We're all here.
I should have thought about a pet rock.
Illinois' number one state for Portillo's. Portillo's is good, but it's not enough to make it worth living in Illinois. There are weirdos on a niche Toontown fan release? That's right, turd person. That's their name.
I believe you.
Oh, I should skip.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody who lived in a state and went, "It's great here."
Isn't the CFO just the third boss in Persona 5? Actually, a lot of the music in the cash bots sound very close to the bank dungeon.
I have been burned by pizza before. You cannot just wave that in front of my face. Be like, if you want good pizza.
Bro, lock in. This is what I'm talking about.
I have really shitty taste in pizza. Like, I'll get the frozen stuff. Like, I'll get, was it, like, Tostinos? Like, not even, like, pizza rolls, but, like, they're, like, weird square ones that are in, like, cardboard.
Honestly, Illinois has one thing that makes it not 100% annoying to live in, and that's the food. That's correct. Illinois has good restaurants. That's all it's got. And really only Chicagoland. Downstate Illinois, not so much. We can fly up in the sky.
Yeah, like the school pizzas. I will get freaking Lunchables pizzas. I won't microwave it, but I'll have it like basically uncooked.
Ugh.
Like I mean, it's Lunchables. It's supposed to be that way.
Oh, right. Sorry. I'm doing a boss, so I was like, I'm only paying attention to most words in your sentences, so I just heard, love pizza uncooked. And I was like, what? Lunchables pizza has really good pepperoni.
Yeah. I love its sauce.
Yeah,
like,
sauce is good too.
It's got like some vinegar in it, and I think that really helps.
Is hating Florida a hot take? No.
No.
There was some dude in the surprise round server who was like, Florida's great, and was like shocked we were dunking on it, and he's the only human being I've ever met who liked Florida. Everyone else is like hardcore anti-Florida. Chula, Keen, Gianni, Bo, like they've all lived there at some point.
Beans on pizza pockets and hot pockets.
I like hot pockets.
Yeah, you do have to get like the right temperature for it, because like it can scold you pretty easily.
Oh Jesus!
Goddamn pizza heathen. And I'll still be like, nah, man, pizza will get me.
May I ask?
You never live.
Sorry, this is Super Chat asks. May I ask a bad question since it doesn't involve anything with the current conversation? I mean, you paid money, so I guess.
I will wait for a question.
Might be a while.
So yeah, I went down to New York and I had a slice of pizza and I asked for bacon on it. For everyone else in the chat, because I already told this story to Jello, my many horrible stories. Oh wait, no, here's the question. There you go. Take this opportunity to say hi. Hello. Alright, looks like the question's been answered. So, I went to Genuine, New York, just kind of pizza in a wall, and probably like a front for the mafia, because when I ordered a pizza with bacon on it, they gave me a slice of pizza with one slice of bacon on it. And what I mean by that is not like crumpled up and things like that on a pizza, as in like one slab, like one just complete strip of uncooked bacon on top of my pizza. And again, when I was younger, I was too trusting, and I ate it. People are like, that's uncooked bacon, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, no, they wouldn't give me bad food on purpose. So I ate it. Too trusting in other people, I suppose. This was in New York. The king of pizza.
It must have been like
What
a front for the mafia or something, where they don't actually want to serve people shit.
That's what I was guessing.
Which of the Lagoos is the hottest, and which would you date? Nyla's the hottest. Tabarn's up there too. I would date Leanne. She's fluffy. Fluffy.
Where was your keeper? The keeper is just like, that's uncooked bacon. You shouldn't eat that. I'm just like, no, I think there's kindness in this world, and people wouldn't be mean to each other. So I hate refusing the, hey, you shouldn't eat that. There, is it cooked?
Yeah, sometimes it is. Yeah, it's tough sometimes. Yeah. Gang, please. Gang, he's not wet. Gang. Gang. Oh, gang. I'm too stupid. What do I like talking about more, food or games? I hate everything. I guess games.
I like... What?
Sorry, I just... Fucking... This team is stupid. Like, there's like unoptimal play, and then there's like, there's a lot of gags that like require, like, Zap only works if you have Squirt applied, so like, you had a plan? Well, too bad.
Alright, between the two topics, I do play a lot of video games, and I like video games a lot. But, like, having a conversation about them with other people is usually, like, kind of a like-to-dislike war, where it's like, I like this, I don't like that, and that's pretty much the only particular conversation you can have about that. Cliche at this point. I'm okay with it. I feel like it's like out of style just enough to kind of wrap around into being like quaint, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I guess I agree. Acceptable response, Piff. You've passed the test.
I did it! I won't do homework though.
Nice callback. At least these guys are good at operating these terrible cranes. How is there still a first wave goon here? It's Goon Town, baby. Goon. Fuck. Goon. They're way ahead of me. Wow. Ow. I lost my chance. Ow. Jeez, come on, man. Alright, whatever. I'll take it. Hey, Jello, what's your mother's maiden name? Flannery. I don't use that on any passwords on any website, so... Yeah.
Sorry, I just chuckled at. What do you think of maiden names? It's very like, we're now on this topic, not actually just question about the topic itself. Probably neutral if I had to guess. Am I correct? Jello, neutral?
No thoughts. No thoughts. No one has any thoughts on these things. Alright. It's night. I checked.
Oh.
Oh, actually, it's morning. I'm Will. It's time. Do you think you could fight God or become him? No. Good night. Stream